Welcome to the GRG Podcast, the place for all your gaming news, plus hot topics of the week. Also remember to follow us on Twitter at KMEGA4.
Yes.
No sound. No sound. They're saying they can't hear.
No sound. No sound. Oh, hold on.
Bad finger in it.
Yeah.
Boom. There we go. Sorry
There
about
we
that,
go.
folks. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, Sleepy says they already hear it.
All right, there we go. Sorry, guys. All right, so let me start that up again. My bad. I will. So for you, the guys, the people that like the soundboard, I don't have it hooked up because I was rushing, but it's not dead. I might hook it up while we over here just having some discussions. I don't know. But regardless of that, let's get to it, man. Like I was saying before, while nobody couldn't hear me, was that, man, we brought back some more people that used to be on the show a long time ago, man. We have a guest, and then we have another guest that was just recently here not too long ago. So let's first start doing that to show some respect to the ladies in the gaming universe. What's going on with you, Mitchie? Glad for you to return and give your points of view tonight. What's happening with you, girl?
Not much. You sure you don't want the guys to go first?
No.
You said ladies.
Oh my.
Ladies first, as they say, right?
Oh my. I was trying
This
to be
is
a
a
gentleman.
room filled with gentlemen and one lady. That will never happen. I don't need my father rising from his grave and dragging me to hell. He literally told me about that. So.
Right. I mean, you may not consider yourself as a lady, but that's all right. I do. So, yeah. But what's going on with you, Mitchie?
Not much. Just got a Series S. Really happy about that.
Hey.
And just installing games. Sadness. Upgrades.
Oh man, that's the killer part. That is the killer part is upgrade. Man, it's sending those games over. Oh gosh, it took forever. All right, man. Then we moving on to a person that came on a long time ago, many moons ago. And you know, I'm not gonna throw him under the bus right now. He might say something a little wild that make me bring up his past when the last time he was on GRG. But man, we're gonna bring it back, man. We got right now, if you think about it, the only person that we don't have with the old original crew is B Shadows, because we got PK Live, we got Rain G4, and then I was another member of that crew back in the days. But what's going on with you, Rain G4? I know you guys in the chat have seen Rain G4 popping up. What's up, Kid Smooth? What's happening?
What up? What up? Happy to be here, get this show popping, and let's get it started.
No doubt.
Hey.
All right. And then now we move into the bums. What's happening with you guys?
He said to the bums.
Go to the bums. PK Live, man, you've been everywhere, man. What's going on with you? How you been, brother?
Hey, what's happening? I'm just glad to be back. Trying to put in some work, get back into my little grind here and there. Happy to be back and happy to be here celebrating Friday. Happy Friday. We got some big news that came across the table.
You talk about the stimulus check, right? No, bro, go ahead.
Everybody ain't in the U.S. here, bro, so we can't be celebrating. We gotta celebrate everybody, right?
You're right.
We got some people in Canada, UK. We can't be rubbing it in their face, right?
That's a fact.
So I would just say for as gaming, for as movies, for as everything, we had some good one-ups this week, bro. Like Mario dropped an extra life on us. I don't know what's going on.
Nice. All right, and then we moving on down, man, to the other Rain, man. But this one cast Steel. What's happening with you, Steel Rain? What's happening with you, brother?
It is I am him, the one and only Steel Rain, KMEGA, man. Again, we had another Friday night, and we had a hell of a week with news, man. Man, I think the energy is going to be live tonight. We was backstage just getting to it, man. We're already trying to spit the knowledge. Man, look. I hope y'all ready tonight, man. I hope y'all got your seatbelt fastened tight, because we're probably going to hit you with a hook or two, but just sit down, kick back, spark it up, get a drink, whatever you need to do, relax, and let's get into it.
No doubt. And then last but not least, the man, the myth, the legend, man. He's the co-host of one of the co-hosts of the Dragon's Den that comes on Saturday nights, man. We need the dude here to promote his own, but I'll go ahead and do it for him since it's birthday boy. Shout out to 108 Dragons. I'm pretty sure he'll be staggering here. What's up, Brooklyn?
I don't know about that
Brooklyn.
this night,
bro.
bro.
I guarantee you he'll come in at the very end of the show. He'll do it at the very end of the show, and then he'll be in here. And
you better have that mute button ready, because
I know, because he'll be coming here a while. But anyway, happy birthday to you, 108, man. I hope you're having a great time. But man, Six Slayer, AKA Slick, what's happening with you, brother?
What's up, everybody? Yeah, even before I can say anything else, once again, happy birthday to 108 Dragons, AKA Lemon. It's been a good friend of mine for about 30 years now, man. Hey, happy birthday, homie. But aside, welcome everybody. Man, it's been a week. It's been a time, particularly if you're an Xbox fan, but if you're a gamer in general, lots of changes. Everything you thought you knew in this industry, every rule you thought you knew has been tossed out the window countless times in the past year or so. And this week was just one of those times. One of those memorable times that would be written in the annals of history. And we're going to definitely discuss that and other things tonight. So let's hit it up.
No doubt. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to it. Before I do get started, I do want to say this, man. I want to give a shout out to Big Cloud out there. He's been on the show. He's been on the show just not too long, about 2 months ago, whatever. But I've been on his show as well. We talk every once in a while. He comes to check out my Fight Night Sundays every once in a while as well. But he's had a situation. People put his mother in y'all's prayers because she got COVID. And man,
keep him in the family of prayer.
Yeah, him in the family for sure, man.
No doubt.
That's with everything going the way it is, and people are starting to get their vaccines and stuff, and just to hear that towards this time, man, that's pretty tough. That's pretty tough. So, man, hope that everything goes well. We'll be praying for you, man. And of course, it's not about console war garbage or anything like that, man. We got to give a shout out to the people across the aisle, let them know that we thinking about them, that we want their family and give them well wishes. So yeah, shout out to Big Cloud for that. All right, so anyway, let's get to it, man. All right, we're gonna start off light, and then we're gonna get to the big stuff right after this. But I do have to say, man, Forza has to get some kind of props. I know everybody is talking about the Bethesda thing. We're definitely gonna get into it right after this, but but Forza got to get some props right here, man. Forza Horizon 4 has had over 24 million players that played the game, which, Microsoft don't really give the indication of how many, of the sales numbers. Right. So the question I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to go to the lady first, is there any racer that you could think of that had this much success for just one particular game? And do you think that Forza is now really truly the official best racing game that's out there, period?
I think Forza is. I like Motorsport better than I like Horizon, though. So I don't know. I gotta say, I like going in circles. And but that's just me. But I don't know. There is a game on the Criterion games, the Smashing ones. Those were fantastic. Yeah, the Burnouts were fantastic. Yeah, I loved that Burnout that was on 360. Mm-hmm. That was a great game.
Thanks.
But that would probably compare to that, I would think. I never played Gran Turismo. I don't know. No, the first one. It wasn't Paradise. It was the one before that.
Burnout 3, or was it
the one after that.
Revenge.
They made a 360 version.
Yes,
yeah, the 360 version of Revenge. Yeah. Best one. Yeah, definitely. She's right about that.
Yeah, that was a really good game. And I never played Gran Turismo. Midnight City, that was good.
Midnight Club.
Oh, Midnight Club.
Midnight Club, yeah.
Yeah, Midnight Club.
Midnight Club. Yep, that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I played a fair share of racers, but Forza's always been the best. Gotham Racing was good. I wonder if we'll ever bring that back.
Everybody talks about Gotham Racing. That's one of the races that I did not.
Gotham, yeah.
I didn't. I've never got the chance to play Gotham Racing. So everybody talks about that.
But I think it probably is the best racer. I don't think anything can really compare. That Project Cars, that's horrible.
All right. That's all right. I mean, and basically, from my understanding, wasn't Project Cars basically kind of like the spin-off into Forza, or am I wrong on that? Because I thought somebody.
Project Cars was a totally different developer, but I think that was a game that really pushed graphics and new effects and high frame rate, and it killed whatever machine you threw it at. It was also on PC, and it was also a PC killer. It was like a Crisis level of just eating up PC hardware, you know? So the actual gameplay wasn't all that hot.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, so let me get to Stone King X. He says Twitter was lit Thursday after the Bethesda roundtable. Plenty of salt, folks. Keep hope alive. Oh yeah, we will definitely talk about that. So, all right, let me go to you, Rain. What is your thoughts, man? I mean, is Forza the best racing franchise of all time at this point?
At this point, I would have to say yeah, because not only that, the detail of the game, and they constantly throwing DLC towards your way. Like, you can't, like, there's no racer that does that. They keep that game alive, just like how Rockstar keep GTA 5 alive. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know, I have fun. I like Motorsport and I like Horizon, but Horizon takes the cake because there's so much stuff to do, open world, and you still have the racing mechanics there. That's like you have in Motorsport. So I think Forza has established itself as the best racer, period. Like, when other races come out, people are like, yeah, okay, cool. But when Forza come out, it's like an event. It's a big deal. So I would have to say Forza.
No doubt. All right, let me give some shout outs to some people in here. Noof, what's happening with you, brother? I how did y'all do I don't know if y'all still in the tournament or whatever.
No, man, we're not in the tournament, man.
I was
there with Noof, man.
You was in that tournament too?
I was holding it down with Noof, man. Before we got live with the podcast with y'all, I was also kind to be drafted. You know, he was so kind to be drafted, and yeah, man. Booming team got us out of there.
Oh, what was the score?
Out of there.
What was the score?
We got out of there. You know how Jordan did him back in the day? We got here's with the 3-peat. We got 6-0. We out of there.
Give us a score,
we got 6-0. We out of there. 6-0. We out of there.
6-0
skunk.
The unforbidden?
21.
The unforbidden.
21, bro.
Ooh,
they had better talent.
How? So we should be nervous about booming them, right?
They got a nice team, bro.
All right.
Hey, I big ups to Bad Bit, Zemi, and Tempest. They some. I want to see y'all with a real team.
That's okay, man. Y'all.
No,
hey,
but
man, it's all about people. Playing and having a good time. Yeah, we got.
That's what it's about.
We got through our team. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna slander them or anything. You know, but we got them out of there too. But it was all good. It was all love.
You said we got him out of there.
I mean, it was 21-0. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a little house, but the only slander I'm finna give is to my boy Xbox 448, man. I got to give him some slander. You know what I'm saying? I got to give him some slander.
Who's surprised?
Hey, I got to give my boy some slander, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because like, he wanted to be the leader. He called himself the proclaimed leader of the club, but. So happy he was in last place every time, man. I'm trying to figure out, man. Like, I mean, and Don, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Don. Don said, look, man, we just got to look at him as our foundation, man. He's the bottom. He's carrying the flag. You know what I'm saying? So now we got him. So shout out to everybody. So hopefully we'll get to play Boom here coming up soon because I know that it's scheduled.
Oh, y'all might have a good match.
Oh no! Hopefully it is. I mean, it's all competition and stuff like that. So man, I can't wait, man. It's all love. But you know what I'm saying. But GRG's got to win. Anyway, so shout out to Boom and them, man. Oh my goodness. But I see, man, Abacab, what's happening with you, Dark Optimus? What's happening with you guys? For everybody else that I haven't seen, sorry about that. I see Mizzle Trizzy. Is that how you say? Yeah, Mizzle Trizzy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen you in a while, but man, thank you. Dak, thank you guys so much for coming and stopping through. So let me go ahead and get to my boy, Six Slayer. What do you think about this Forza news, man? How big is this franchise?
Well, even before that, I spy with my little eye somebody here in the chat with us, amongst us, muted there. I see you, sir. Happy birthday. Whenever you feel you want to speak, you do that. Hey, but
man, he might be already lit. He might be already lit.
I know he'll do it when he wants to, man. That's how we roll. But to answer your question, listen, man. All respect due to Gran Turismo, because it was the game that really brought that line of racing games where it was real cars. They tried to push the technology where the car looked real, and to have us,
hold on,
hundreds of cars.
I gotta interrupt you real quick, dog. My B, but not my B. But like, let's not like go off to too much. No, let's be faced with facts. Once they hit some competition, they didn't know what to do.
I'm just saying.
Okay, now you're gonna make me get.
That's where I was going, but let me get there. Let me get there. So all respect due to Gran Turismo, but as my man say, he cut into the point. By the time Forza 4 came around, it was a wrap. It was already a clear wrap because Gran Turismo 4, I can tell you, amongst real car heads who only bought PlayStations to play Gran Turismo. And if you look at the sales numbers of Gran Turismo on the PS2 and even the PS3, okay, when you say a lot of games, on a platform that sold 100 million and a popular game was sold 10, okay, Gran Turismo was selling like 20, 30, 40, a high number. I think it was one of the best-selling games on the platform. But Forza has destroyed that the generation before last with Forza 4, okay? On launch with Xbox One with Forza 5 at 1080p 60 at launch, okay? Okay, when people talking about great launch games, that was a great launch game. The Forza franchise, now that they have the offshoot, they have the off year, just like with Call of Duty, where they have the off game, although this year they're taking that extra year because, they want to make sure things are right. You've got the main series and you've got the Horizon, offshoot or whatever they call that, and bro, it's a wrap. Everything else is
that the new thing now? Is that the new thing now? It's a wrap. Is that what we're doing now?
I mean, that's been a thing since forever. I mean, but it's
Dragon's Den all day.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, right?
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Listen,
but I tell you,
when people put themselves out there, you use their material. Where do you think comics get their jokes from? Real life situations.
Hey.
Real life
Why you get competition that can't compete? What happened? It's too many cooks in the kitchen. What's going on, Grant GT? You ain't been the same.
Oh man, come on, man. Y'all are being
Gran Turismo always gets delayed. I'm not even knocking the fact that this is the first delay. Usually Gran Turismo games get like 3, and I don't mean this insult, this joke or nothing. That's just straight facts. They always get delayed, and definitely Polyphony puts their time and work into it. But Forza is the truth. Has been since generation before last.
So are you really trying to tell me that GT is done right now?
I would say it's done. Okay, right. But Forza's in the lead, clearly.
Look, man, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think for me, for sure, I don't want to see GT. It doesn't belong in my visual space. I need Forza. I don't know, but I've been a Forza head. You know what I mean? I've been playing since OG Forza, and I've seen the constant improvements, and they just keep hitting the nail in the head. They release Horizon, which is a arcade, quote unquote, because I still playing simulation, but it's a more arcade style kind of Forza, and it slaps too. What can you do? The only thing they have to do now is add cops. Once our cops are included in Forza Horizon, it is a wrap. There's no game that could compete with that. Need for Speed can't. Like, something has to change. You see where Codemasters is at.
Except by cops right now, I don't think that's cool.
I'm just saying, but that's what gave you that
level. He says cops right now, that would be cool, bro. Come on.
But the cops are shit like from the games and like Most Wanted or whatnot. Gave that level to that game. Hot Pursuit, exactly. You gave you that thrill in the game. I mean, even just having the option, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No doubt about that. All right, PK, what do you think about this, man? Talk some sense to these suckers, man. Tell them about how GT is still the king of racers.
Hold on, man. Let me do my PK part. I'm gonna do my PK voice. Well, I don't really care because it's not Mario Kart. So move on.
I forgot to mention Steven anyway. So PK,
whoever that old man is, he need to relax and go back to sleep. Take his nap. He ain't had his nap today.
All right, so go ahead, PK. What do you think, man? Is Forza still is now the no doubt about it, the king of racers now. After you hearing 24 million players, I mean, I don't know how if that's really basically saying that that's 24 million sold, or is that just saying like I don't know. We already knew that it was well over 10 million sold. That's not even important. But 24 million players is on this game, and it's still consistent after all these years. It's been out for what, about 3-4 years now, somewhere around there. So yeah, about 3 years, 3 years plus. So what do you think, PK?
I mean, this is bound to happen. I mean, first of all, Forza has touched more platforms with Game Pass slash PC slash Xbox, so it's bound to happen. Every single Microsoft published game that went to Steam is on the top 10 list, 100% every single time. So it tells you that people want to play these games, and they may not want to buy an Xbox, but they definitely want to play the games. So it's bound to happen. On a level, I prefer Horizon over Motorsport, but that's just me. I just like to have fun. I'm not into all the actual racing or performer racing and whatnot. But it's a thing, right? So they know that they got a diamond, and it's hard to compete against it because there's no one else out there doing this. Is that accurate?
Oh, no,
no one's out here doing the same thing.
No,
hey, bro, you want to mention the Steam aspect to it?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned, is the fact that you're introducing something that no one else has seen. Steam is a big deal, and now that you have captured a player base that was untapped for the longest of time, right? For the longest of time, this was an untapped market. Now you're in a situation where it's you doing better than you're in a situation where the next man. You're doing better than the next man. I mean, it's Gran Turismo would need to come out as box, and it's gonna be difficult because they're so used to doing things Japanese, and they don't understand when it comes to racers, this is a worldwide thing, not a Japanese thing. So I don't need 1,000 variations of Fairy Lady Z. I just only need one. Only need one.
Yeah,
only need one Honda.
Brag about how many cars they got, but like 20 of them in the same car.
But at the same time,
Man, you're just being messy tonight. You're ready to get started, aren't you? You're ready.
That's true. I love Gran Turismo. Come to PC, I'm buying it day one, but it's facts.
I'm not.
Well, he's buying himself. He's by himself. But I'm saying, for the fact, for me, Forza is more welcoming to a bigger audience. Gran Turismo is mainly for the fans of that series. That is the biggest difference.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like anybody can play this game. It feels like you got to be a specific type of person to play this game, and that's what they need to change in order to get this competition back. Well, not just that, but that's the beginning.
And see, you make a great point there, because this is why I think that Forza Motorsport is basically taking away the numbers, and they're rebranding themselves, and they're taking a lot longer to get prepared, because I think now they feel comfortable in going after GT, because they know Horizon, the baby brother, is just all too powerful, right? Like, it's just everybody loves Horizon. And there's people like me who loves Motorsport more than I like Horizon, but I know that I would be in the minority. But what I think that they're going to do is that they're going to implement everything that what the GTs used to implement, and maybe even more. I think what we're going to see is Forza Motorsport look more like Dirt 5, in the sense of the playability is going to have more realistic physics and all of that, but the tracks they're going to be dirt tracks. I think there'll be motorcycles. I think that they're just going to throw everything with us, and then they're going to make it into like a seasonal thing, like they're going to do with Halo Infinite. And I think that right there will be an attractive thing too, because they see there's a lot of people that like Dirt 5. Do you think that motorsport, and that's for that? Well, I need to get to 108 on this because he didn't say anything about this, but after 108 finished saying what he's got to say, I want to get everybody's thoughts on that. Do you think that for one, Forza Horizon is overall the best racing franchise around, and do you think what I was just saying about motorsport, do you think that would be a good idea for them?
Clearly, it's the best. It's the best. Is getting all the sales, all the attention, all the love from all the car heads, gamers in general.
When he just there?
I'm here.
Okay, yeah, I was asking you.
You know, the mouth of the South started talking.
Oh,
we didn't hear nothing.
Yeah, we don't want to hear nothing.
First of all,
Slick is learning. Slick is right there. I was like, man,
You said, but all right. Let me say this for the record. First of all, this genre of making games did not start with Gran Turismo. The people that put the foot in the people behinds with this genre was Sega GT. That's what started that. Customizing your cars to the level they did, building your own car frames, having drag racing tracks. That was Sega GT that was Sega GT on the Dreamcast.
Word.
Yeah, but I mean overall, I'm talking about as a franchise overall.
Let me finish.
Because you're missing a big one though. Go ahead.
No. I'm moving into
okay.
Gran Turismo now. I was a Gran Turismo fan. The first one was awesome. The second one looked better, but it was slow as hell. It also was the top. It was Sony's first billion-dollar franchise. It also sold 75 million copies. It was the highest. It was the second highest racer ever sold. Need for Speed series always was at number one. I have to update my numbers because I haven't checked in a long time. But I'm going to say this for the record. When Forza dropped, right, it's a simulation. Forza Motorsport is a simulation. Forza Horizon is a more arcadey style that has simulation, physics, and stuff like that. They can't be beat by nobody on the market. They brought back the racing fans where the racing fans was leaving. You had all these F1 games, these rally games, these dirt games, Codemasters dropping the ball left and right, Need for Speed franchises going up and down, up and down, up and down. The motorsport team has stayed focused. First Motorsport, gorgeous looking game. Of course, it needs improvements. First time going into that genre. Building the cars from scratch. They give you so much variety of cars, so many different ways you can tune your car. They hit 2 home runs with the first one and the second one. Then we get this Horizon series. I'm saying, man, I don't want to be driving off them goddamn tracks with no trees and busting through barns. Then you pick the game up. Then you see pretty much the same customization is still there. You get all these open world environments. It's like, damn. And then as you think you're really doing something, the game expands on itself. And you didn't even tip the iceberg or did anything to the game. And it just keeps growing. So they're taking 2 markets because it's not really 2 different franchises. It's really one. It's a Forza game. They just have the fun version for everybody. And then they have the fanatical version for the dudes who do these customizations to these cars, was just Jesus Christ. That made the game popular in itself. Just what people can do on paint jobs. So I don't think nobody could beat these dudes.
Yo, do you remember the first one, the paint job with the Mona Lisa on the hood of a car? Now the first Forza.
I seen Zelda's, Mario, Spawns, Blades, Wolverine. Yo, it's amazing what you could do, but I don't think this series can be topped. I mean, and what's wrong with Polyphony Digital, sick. And I say the dude that runs it is a fanatic.
How did I say it?
Something. I don't even want to do that to myself. He's a fanatic, right? He's definitely a car guy, and he's one of them dudes. He's like a Picasso. If it's just not right, he will delay that game 5 or 6 times. Once again, PlayStation mentally online side with the Japanese, there was times where you could have 3,000 people in the server, and then you got to wait in a queue to play the game online. So you eliminating your crowd with that alone, and then your game stay getting delayed. PlayStation 3, they had Gran Turismo, Prologue, Gran Turismo, whatever the other ones was called. Then they had Gran Turismo Online. It was like 4 different games. They confused their community. Sony's begging this dude.
And then they took away more cars.
Right.
Each entry, yeah.
Sony is begging this dude to release the game. He won't listen to them. I think he needs to be terminated because he ruined that series on its own. On his own.
Mm-hmm.
All the delays, all the versions. Was Gran Turismo Prologue a game or was it a demo? Like nobody even knows.
Nobody knows.
It was online only.
It was horrible. And then the waiting in the servers, and then you get 50,000 911 Porsches, 50,000 Cadillacs, 50,000 BMW M3s. I'm like, dude, y'all say I got all these cars. You got every year of the same car. It's like, yo, come on. Where's the variety? Forza destroyed them with that. Forza destroyed them with these updates with the Legos and all this extra fun stuff, the Hot Wheel tracks, the Hot Wheel car. These dudes are still doing the same. Get the plywood, take the 2x4, hit the hammer, hit the nail with the hammer. It's the same thing over and over again, and they're not using no vision. The game is absolutely not fun. I'm sorry. And it still drives like it's on a popsicle stick. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just not fun.
It gave me the nostalgia of older GTs. It's just the problem was that graphically it just didn't hold up, and so that's why I had a huge problem with Digital Foundry saying that Forza 7 didn't compare graphically to GT
First of all,
I said, what? And
it doesn't even matter what them dudes say. They're idiots. When something swayed too hard into Microsoft, there's always something they got to say that just don't make sense.
Well, I think they play both sides. I mean, I think that's just what they have to do it to that degree. But I just thought that was just
claim to be a tech spec site and you make it, and then that's a blatant lie.
Right. There was just blatant.
Forza 7 Motorsport is unrivaled today.
Well, I'd say Project Cars look beautiful too.
Yeah, but Project Cars got mad other issues.
Yeah.
Frame rate dips, slow down. Forza is perfect. You ever drove in the crowd cars and it slow down? You ever seen textures pop in? You ever seen nothing? It's perfect. So just because the game got nice cars, what else you got? This game is perfect. And now look what the Motorsport, the Horizon 4 update for the Series X. You getting 60, you getting new shadows, you getting new lighting, you getting new reflections. Come on. That game was 30 frames a second. 30. And it still played great. Now it's 60 with additional graph. What can the market do? Everybody gonna keep fishing. I'm gonna throw in another Need for Speed.
Well,
we're gonna remaster Hot Pursuit.
That's where I think that you're making the mistake there, right there. Is that if there's any other car, any developer or studio that can actually get back to rival what Forza is doing, and that is Need for Speed, because they are the true king. They are they're the number one overall selling. Overall. But
they're number one. I said that. But the point is, they're in a different bracket.
Yeah, but they've lost themselves. But I think now with the acquisition with Codemasters, I think now that they're going to try to solidify themselves, because they see the success with Forza, and once they get those minds together. You get the studios that you've already had, and then now you get Codemasters, and they're working in collaboration. And let's say that they bring another Burnout, Takedown, like that's what everybody is. Or
you're looking at it different, KMEGA. You're looking at it wrong. It's two different styles of games. They don't do simulators. There's not a Need for Speed out there that's a simulator.
Yeah, there's Shift.
That's an arcade racer. That's an arcade racer. That's not a sim.
Well, people still look at Forza 7.
Need for Speed as a whole is an arcade series.
Yeah.
Now listen, Underground, my favorite series, game in that series. Listen, it's an arcade racer. It's more along. It's more like the games you like Burnout. Those games are not simulators.
No,
F1,
but I'm saying, but
F1 racing is a simulator.
And pro sport was.
But
and
no,
they were
there
good
was
games.
not. There was arcade races.
They have the arcade feel, but they still had situations to where they felt more sim-like. Like that's
Yeah.
what the biggest discussion when you got people about.
Did those games have turbo? Turbo boost?
Did Shift have turbo boost?
Yeah, it sure did.
Did it? I know Pro Street did, but I didn't know.
Yeah. Son, they're arcade games, all of them.
I'd still say that.
You forgot where Need for Speed came from? It came from Road Rash.
Man, throw it back.
Come on, man. Come on. They was hitting dudes with bats and chains on bikes like Mad Max.
Okay.
No. I know what Road Rash is. That's great. They tried to bring it back, and they didn't even put a budget behind it, and it was bad.
Terrible.
It was
but
bad.
I'm saying I don't like Need for Speed series, but the two it took down the big dog in terms of simulation racing. Gran Turismo will not make a return. Okay. It won't because the dude is crazy.
All right. Well, we need to move on. Let me hit Cedric H. He said the first Motorsport came out the same year, Gran Turismo 4, and IGN gave Forza a 9 out of 10. Ooh, that was
Facts.
For people out there that really likes that type of
and
stuff.
Thank you for the birthday shout-outs, people in the chat. Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Oh, today's your birthday?
Today is my birthday. Tomorrow I'm doing a birthday bash on my podcast, but yeah, today's my birthday.
Oh man,
I've been partying all week.
I didn't know it was your birthday, man. I would have said something.
You're a liar.
Oh, snap.
You sound
like that other dude. You sound like that dude. It's a rap. It's a rap.
That sounds like some shots fired anyway. All right, man, let's get to it, man. Give the people what they want. All right, so this is going to be like a sequence. So let's not get too into what we're doing because we're going to talk about the acquisitions and your thoughts about the exclusive aspect of it. Then the next topic after that will be the roundtable event, and then we'll get into Xbox advertising. But this right here, and I'm going to go to Rain on this one first. Okay, so the Xbox and Bethesda did their acquisition. Okay, your thoughts on the Xbox, on what Phil Spencer said, right? And there's people that's trying to say that it was vague. There was other people that's saying it was really direct, straight there to you. Do you feel that these games will be locked under Xbox, or do you feel that they won't? Give me your thoughts. Let me have it all. Let me know, Rain. Let me know. Give the people what they want, brother.
These games will be 100% on Xbox and PC and wherever Game Pass goes. That's what Killer Phil said. And anybody who says otherwise, they just want the games on PlayStation. It is what it is. I done seen so many podcasts, so many IGN and GameSpot reviews on this situation. They really want the game on PlayStation. That's what it boils down to. Like, it ain't no in between. Phil already came out and said existing contracts, they're gonna honor them. But moving forward, it's all Xbox. It is what it is. So anybody that want to play these games on PlayStation, you're pretty much assed out. Ass blowing in the wind, all that type of stuff. So just get an Xbox or PC. All of them got a powerful PC. That's what they claim. So play it there.
Don't do it like that. They did say that they was going to have powerful PCs. I mean, there was anywhere from the range of 1,000 to 5,000. I think there was one to 10,000 that they were going to have these powerful PCs with all the bells and whistles. So yeah, Rain, you're right. I don't hear too much about PC talk from them anymore. Why is that? What's the deal here?
Because the cat's out of the bag. They don't have powerful PCs, bro. That's what it is. All that was smoke and mirrors. They were just saying that just to say that they don't have to buy the Xbox, that there's no reason to get an Xbox. So therefore, there's no reason to get an Xbox. And even Phil say you don't want to play it on Xbox. Hey, you can play it on PC, but the bottom line is they want to play it on PS5, and it ain't coming there. Their hopes and dreams has been shattered and torn. It is what it is, It's not a sad day. It just all they words that they've been saying up to this point, they're eating. For the past 6 months, that's all they kept saying, that it's coming to PlayStation. Microsoft needs PlayStation to get their money back, and they don't. Don't you know how many PC players it is out there? They don't need PlayStation. Trust me.
God dang, Rain. That was quick and fierce. Lord have mercy. All right, I don't even know what to expect, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure that there's going to be the voice of reason somewhere in the crew, but I don't know. I don't know. Tonight might just be one of those nights where y'all just going to have to hear that slander. So I'm gonna go to PK because PK is he's more even keel. He's chill. He's relaxed. So PK, what did you get about the whole exclusivity situation? Are these games going to stay or are these games going to go? What is your thing? What is your thoughts about this, man?
I mean, it's the same thing I predicted, right? That they're going to honor their contracts or whatever was already in place. Things like uh, Fallout 76 or Elder Scrolls Online still may be multiplat, but that's okay because that's not changing anything. The real thing is the new IPs, the new big games are going to be exclusive. And I predicted that. That was the big thing. At the same time, no one spends $7.5 billion on an acquisition just to do business as usual. I said that before.
Exactly.
It's nonsense to even think otherwise. And I understand that people want the game on PlayStation or anything like that, but it's never when PlayStation or Nintendo does this, it's never really a problem, right? It's to be expected for them to do it, but it's not expected for Microsoft to do it. It's only bad when they do it. Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Of course not, because it's not supposed to make sense actually. Because no sensible person acts like that. But hey,
well, I mean,
and to me, I own all the platforms. I mean, I have a sensible computer. I'm building a better one. Sick knows. And my thing is, if you're a gamer, then this shouldn't affect you at all. If you're a gamer, that just means Game Pass is more attractive to you. If you never own Fallout 4, if you never own any of the Dooms or none of that stuff, you have an opportunity to now play all that stuff because Game Pass makes it possible. It's no longer locked behind a platform specific. It's more like your platform is on the go. It's the same thing back in the day before buying digital games was a thing on console, was always a thing on PC. That's why PC guys never seen this as an issue. Yes, depending on the platform you choose, whether it's Epic, GOG, or Steam, that could matter. But at the end of the day, you never have to worry about backwards compatibility. You never have to worry about not having your games. This is the future. This is what we're doing. We're moving forward. Game Pass is going to be the next big thing. It's already a big thing, but streaming is a big thing. And there's not really. I mean, PS Now is doing something. It is a version, but not really. It's not the same thing. So I foresee Sony definitely adopting some of the Xbox methodology, right? Just trying to emulate that because it's big money. They already moving their games to PC because that's big money. The thing is, we're all gamers. This is not a big deal. The only time that we should be up in arms is if Amazon was to scoop up something as big as Zenimax and then make it only to Luna, because now you put in a position where now this is different because now it's locked to a streaming service rather than you being able to have access anywhere, right? That would be different. This is what I'm saying. Competition is fierce. So I don't see this as a big deal. It's not a big deal. I mean, there's many more acquisitions coming down the line. It's going to be maybe some people going to feel some type of way, but they need to get out their feelings. Stop trying to be loyal to a piece of plastic and be understanding. They don't care about your feelings. They ain't here to make money. And if the way that they can sway you to make money is to put attractive content on their platform, then that's what they're gonna do. I mean, that's what Disney did, right? They hiked the prices of licensing their characters to Netflix to force them to give them up. So now that they can do their Disney Plus, they got their characters back, and they're doing their daggone thing on their own platform. That's what they do. No one's up in arms about that. No one's up in arms about the fact that Sony's holding on dear to the Spider-Man movie rights.
Facts.
I mean, come on, man. This is what happens. This is business. No one should be feeling no type of way about what happens to these businesses because it's not your money. It's not impacting you in no way, shape, and form. All it's doing is saying, hey, we're trying to make an attractive way to come to our ecosystem. Everyone has preferences, but come on, man. Let's get over this. Let's just see it from the high level down and understand this is business. If Nintendo was to do the same thing, let's say Nintendo do the same thing. They already doing it, right? You'll never play Smash on any other. You won't play it on PC or mobile or any of that stuff. You won't play the main series Pokemon outside of their consoles. If it wasn't for the Pokemon company moving to mobile, you wouldn't even see that anywhere else. So I mean, I'm trying to say that you got to keep that same energy. You got to understand that this is just business. Stop taking it personal. Understand that this is business and there's more to come. So embrace yourself. If you're uncomfortable with this, then I hate to see what's going to happen to you down the road.
No doubt. Great point. Great point. All right, Mitchie, what about you? What's your thoughts about this? Do you agree with everybody else, or do you have a different take about the exclusivity situation that's going on with Bethesda games and Xbox?
I thought he was very clear on what he said. I don't know why people are confused. It puzzles me why I think they just want to be confused. I don't think they are really. I just think they want to live in their dream state.
You get a Sonic coin. Accurate. Accurate.
And then they just, I don't know. It confuses me. I just don't understand. And like he said what he said. How hard is it to understand that?
I don't,
and they were concise and to the point, and now they want to know what legacy is. Oh my goodness gracious, legacy. And but I just think that they're on Xbox, and that's what they have to live with. Xbox and PC, and wherever there's a Game Pass, pretty soon to LGs and Samsungs. So there you go.
Oh, so you're saying that you think the Game Pass are going to go into televisions as well, right?
Well, they have a deal with Samsung.
Yeah, they've already said that's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
They have a deal with Samsung and LG. They actually have a deal with all the major TV providers except for Sony.
Well, yeah, no, I knew that.
Yeah, they definitely said it's coming to the TV, smart TVs.
Well, yeah, no, I made a prediction that would come, but I haven't heard anything officially. I knew that they were having a deal with. They had a deal with Samsung, and then they had a deal with LG, but I didn't know that it was already set in stone. That's huge. Like, I mean, that kind of right there just tells you why they don't really need PlayStation at that point. So,
but the question is, when will it go to PlayStation?
Okay. So give me your theory on that. Give me your theory on that.
If they took all the multi-plat out of Game Pass and just did Xbox games and like Jez and Rand were talking about this afternoon, like a Game Pass Lite, that would make sense. You could put that on PlayStation. You could, and then it wouldn't be a competition for their store because you can't buy Xbox games in PlayStation on their store. So you could put Game Pass on PlayStation.
You could.
It'd be Game Pass beta.
Light or something to that extent.
So basically, pretty much like you would get certain amount of games, but you wouldn't get the whole caboodle.
No.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to want to give up sales from their store to get Microsoft.
No. Game Pass would destroy PlayStation now, or PSN will still be popular because you really have to have it in order for. But that means that PlayStation would have to really step up PSN. They've been doing a really good job of it really right now, but
and it ain't doing nothing. Let's stop.
No, they've been throwing out some good games out there on PSN.
Didn't they take it off their TVs too?
Ryan bundle.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into to my boy, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all are chopping at the bit. Go ahead, Mitchie. Go ahead and finish your whole point. I'll let Mitchie finish your point first. What else? Did you have anything that you wanted to say to that, Mitchie? Okay, I guess not. All right. Okay, what was you gonna say, Lemon?
Listen, man, let's stop this nonsense, okay? Microsoft is in it to win. They did these dudes a favor and took on the big boy, Stadia. Okay? They sent them dudes packing. The challenge to console was Stadia, and Luna don't have a chance either.
To console, or you mean to streaming?
To console.
The gaming. Yeah, the console gaming in general.
They was attacking console. They tried to go the streaming route to do it, but they was attacking the console market. I told everybody from when we watched the video of the awards show, and all three of them walked out on stage, that showed a unified front of console versus the other two. I told everybody from day one. People was like, oh, they're going to team up and partner for games. I said, yeah, they're really teaming up because Nintendo has to team up. They only got video game money. Sony don't have no money outside of PlayStation money. How can they combat Google by themselves if everybody's on a separate front? This Game Pass, the idea of having Game Pass on TVs, cell phones, that's all good and dandy. Microsoft get that check. They're not giving Sony anything. The key words, and I've had this conversation with certain individuals. I'm not going to go into what I said, what was said, but I'm telling you, they're in it to win. They're not playing. They're in here to make money. Netflix is king for a reason. Everybody's trying to stream movies. Disney Plus is not even coming close to Netflix.
How many people that Netflix got? 200 and some people?
200 and something people.
200 million people?
Yo, they number is crazy.
Yeah, like
they are king. People's like, yo, they stock took a hit.
Disney jumped up there. They're up to close to 100 million right now, and
Disney is good.
Yeah,
right?
Disney's coming up pretty good though. But Netflix is king. You're right.
On the console side, to make like Phil said, and he's been saying it forever, contractual obligations have to be met. That means games like Starfield, which was announced for Xbox and PlayStation. People keep trying to make it an exclusive on Xbox. It's not. It was announced for both of them. That's not one of those games. Anything that's not contractually.
So you're putting it out here right now that you're saying that Starfield is not going to be exclusive primarily on Xbox.
But they already announced it on PlayStation. I ain't putting nothing out there. That's the facts. Bethesda put that out there. I'm not putting nothing out there.
No. They didn't announce it on PlayStation. What they said was Sony tried to get exclusivity.
Y'all didn't see them when they first
Sony
announced
tried to buy exclusivity. They didn't try to.
Only thing that I heard was that Sony tried to buy was trying to buy like a year's exclusivity rights to the game. After that, I didn't hear anything else.
Okay, if they were trying to buy a year exclusive rights, that means it's going on a platform.
Well, if they haven't done it,
no. You're not
the deal didn't happen, but they tried to get the deal.
Right. That means they're getting the game.
Okay, so you heard
that now that Microsoft owns them.
Listen.
Okay.
Let me finish my point. So the point of to make your ecosystem attractive, he also stated, if you're an Xbox fan, we are here to bring you exclusive games to Game Pass. He said it straight out. Why do people keep trying to twist these dudes? You got the naysayers and the yay-sayers. Everybody's trying to take what Phil said and make it what they want it to be, or they want to make this phantom information. He said it straight out. Anything that's contractually binding would have to be obligated like it was in the last deals. Ninja Theory is Hellblade 2 going to PlayStation? No. The people who made We Happy Few, anything they doing after that going to PlayStation, that game had to release on both consoles. Why do people just start making this shit up in their head and just start acting crazy? It doesn't make sense. The man said it straight out. Now, if you don't want to have common sense, then that sounds like a you problem. But he did specifically say contractual binding obligations. Those are stuff that's already set in stone. They cannot change that. But moving forward, no game that wasn't announced, it will be in Game Pass day and one date. And he also said, I'm here to bring Game Pass and Xbox fans exclusives.
Yep, sure did.
That's just what it is. He has to keep up Mojang deal. Minecraft on everything. It's been on everything before they bought it. They didn't buy it and didn't give it to Sony. It was already there. Only person got it after was the Switch. That's a fact. What else they gonna get? What they bought Compulsion Games, right? Who else they bought? They bought Playground, right? So Playground's next game is going to be on PlayStation. Is anybody even asking that question? No. You know why they asking this question now? Because they ass hurt. That's why they asking the question. I have to get Game Pass. No, you can just go buy an Xbox. You ain't gotta buy Game Pass. It's an addition.
Do that again. What they say?
Do I have to buy Xbox? No, they sound like a. Listen, I got all platforms. If Sony make a deal like they did with Final Fantasy VII, I went and bought it. I don't care. But since y'all want to be tied up in this dumbass console war and talk ignorance, learn how to read. Because I'm tired of listen. But he said this, and yes, I'm boss. Yeah, okay. Man said it straight out. He said it straight out. Y'all could, only people ask her is like what PK went back to, is people that's worshiping some goddamn plastic. It's stupid. It's stupid already. And I keep going back to, we had the E3, Sony, Nintendo, and goddamn PlayStation fans in the same places, same eating, having a good time, having conversations. None of this console war shit is real. Only in your Twitter finger minds. Phil has sat down with both presidents, had dinners, lunches, meetings. They had to have a meeting. Because if you don't sign up and help us with Google, we out of here. Facts. Who got that money?
All right. Okay.
They needed Microsoft for that deal.
Oh no, they did. They definitely did need that deal.
They bought Zenimax. Google said, we out. Oh, that's it. Game over.
All right, let me read the super chat, man. Thank you, Sean Murray. He says, I just looked it up on Google. There is no announcement platforms for Starfield. So that's I mean, because I haven't seen anything like that. I know that Sony was trying to go after them, but then I think that's when Microsoft was like, Phil was like, yeah, let's. So listen, I know, and now I'm seeing people on the internet, and I want to see you when
that game come out. I'll see you. I'll see you.
Yeah,
and I will take that knife and I'm gonna twist it in your ribs.
Okay, all right.
So, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Okay, chat, we're gonna remember that one.
But this the thing is when it comes to the point of people now, since we don't know. I mean, we're assuming, but it's if the Starfield stays exclusive on the Xbox, and now people are like, well, why are people over here hyping up Starfield when we haven't even seen it? We don't even know anything about it. Well, it's because Sony liked it. Sony thought it had potential. And normally when Sony get those 1 year exclusivity deals, those games usually are pretty damn hot. So it's not, I mean, even Bugsnax did good or got good ratings. But regardless, it's just still one of those things where Sony just has an eye for good games. We know that. So this game might be something special. And for Microsoft to just say, look, man, hell with it. We're just going to get you all. Let's just see, let's work this out. Let's just go do it. So Still Rain, man, what is your thoughts about the whole exclusivity situation, man? Let us know. Give us your thought. Give us your tea.
Look, man, I mean, Dragon was spitting some balls, but I gotta disagree with the fact that he felt like Starfield is going to be on both platforms. I mean, I do feel where you're coming from with that. But again, like Mega was just saying, that's kind of the point that I was wanting to hit on. The fact that Sony was even interested in the title, again, if we want to go back to the new narrative that people are trying to run with, is oh, who cares? Nobody's seen anything about the game. Where's the gameplay? There's a reason that there was some interest there. You know what I mean? Again, we understand that Sony has a vision for games. If they were going to lock it down as exclusive, from my understanding, from what I remember from then, was that they were trying to make it, I don't think it was just a year exclusive. I think they were trying to make it a full exclusive to the Sony platform.
See, now that
I could be mistaken in that, but from what I recall, that's what it was until Microsoft stepped in and said, no,
it was going to be
buying everything.
Exclusive.
Oh, they were going to 100%?
Hold on.
Yes, that was the rumor.
Let's do the track record of Sony buying into games. No Man's Die. What happened to that? It's never coming nowhere else. Then what? You know why them dudes put it on Xbox? Because Sony took that money and says, "Oh, we don't see it. Bye bye." What happened to Bug Snacks exclusivity?
Well, that was already a year.
Okay, well,
there, and no one wants it.
In fact, God Fell in a Hole. I bought that game. Wish I bought it on disc so I could have traded it back.
What'd you say? What game was that?
God Fell in a Hole.
God Fell in a Hole.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Listen. This is the facts. So let's not act like, you know what they got a good eye for? First party games. They don't got a good eye for somebody else's game because they're not doing nothing with it. Yeah, you may have 6-month exclusivity. Oh, Microsoft just did it back with them. They just got Yakuza Like a Dragon. But at least that was a hit. They still like, why did we even give these dudes this money for no man ain't show up?
Oh man.
Okay. So I see where you're going.
Come on.
But in that same aspect though, let's just say for conversational purposes, let's say they were trying to make it a full exclusive. Now, if they were trying to make it a full exclusive to the platform, then we can say, okay, we know that Sony has a vision, because I can agree with you on that. Sony does have a vision for first party games. There's not a lot of people that really like Godfall for what it is. I think that was part. I'm not gonna say that because the game is actually solid when you're running it. But anyway,
Wow.
I got it on PC right now. But they had an eye, so there was definitely something there. You know what I mean? But either way, we know that Todd Howard is a creative genius. He puts out solid games. He has put out revolutionary kind of content as far as Fallout goes. He has kind of changed that scene as far as RPGs go. We know that Bethesda overall is a threat as far as it comes to the gaming market. There's a reason that people love those games. No matter if they're buggy, doesn't matter if they're completely broken, people will go in and create a mod that completely changes the world just for that game. And that's what they do. So it's one of those things where, again, if you look at that whole roundtable event, Phil said it. Like Dragon just said. He said it straight up to y'all.
Right. First
if
question.
it's not in Game Pass, you're not going to get it. There's no questions. People have still been up and down. They don't understand what legacy means. Again, if your content is already there, and it's going to stay there. Phil is not about taking stuff from people. I'm like, it is what it is. Everything else, though, it's over here, baby. You're gonna have to get this. How many more options do I need to give you? Now, if Sony wants to sit down and break bread, since we already passing you Azure, we can go ahead and sign a little contract for a Game Pass on a little dotted line down here too. You break me off a little something, and we'll drop off a Game Pass Lite.
You gotta say that slogan. You gotta say that slogan. Still, you gotta say Azure makes you a better online player. Like they said, Kratos and Aziris made you a better father.
He damn sure took it there. But yeah,
I didn't take it there. I'm repeating what they said.
That's a fact.
As a real father, that was a slap in the face, as an insult.
That was when I read that article, I was like,
"Oh my god, shit!"
Playing
God of War is gonna make you a better father.
Yeah, bro. And like,
my kid has a name, and it's not Boy. Boy, don't do that.
Well, I do
Boy, take your time.
I do call myself Boy. I do call myself Boy. But I do call
Boy,
my daughter
go to the store.
Yeah.
Boy, turn on your Xbox and go play real games.
I ain't gonna lie. I was feeling the boy shit, because I say that to myself, like, boy, go get some.
So, boy, go play a real game.
Yeah.
Boy, stop asking for Game Pass. Boy, you disrespecting me.
All right, but go ahead, finish, Ray. I'm sorry.
But no, man. That's pretty much it. I mean, we roll it down. From just this, man, you could tell it's funny, man. If it was on the other side, it wouldn't be the same. The fact that it's on this side and it's still a question, it is what it is. They've broke it down to you 4 different times. If you don't get it by now, you're not gonna get it. All you guys that said if you had PCs, if you ain't got one, then I guess you're gonna have to use your Stimmy to get one, huh?
Oh. Yo, hold on. Let me hit these dudes this PC stuff. For you to build something like a PS5, you're not spending that change. Go spend that $500. Stop it. Please, come on, man.
You act like people that got no money, man. What's wrong with you? And then the Stimmy comes, man. People gonna have bread.
I act like people ain't got no money, or do Steam keep blowing these 1080p gamers up?
Finish him.
Because I'm pretty sure dudes playing on Steam at 4K, 120 and 60 frames was under 0.5%.
Bro in the chat said, boy, I thought that was, he said, boy, you're a boy. But I think he
was talking some
they don't even have the monitors to support it. So let's just be honest.
Thank you, PK, for the additional
facts.
They don't even know they need a different HDMI or even a cable to even support that bandwidth.
I just want to know where all these high-end gamers on PC at that's not attached to Steam. What are y'all playing on? Linux?
Man, gotta stop this. Anyway,
hey, don't hate on Linux.
Come on, man.
No hate. Only 2% of PCs around the world connected to the internet. 97% belong to Microsoft, and the other percentage go to Apple. Let's not do that. That's the facts. Where are all these high-end PC gamers when Steam put out these numbers? Where they at? Because I know I'm in the market for $800 graphic card. Dudes go to Best Buy, spend $500 until I got a gaming PC. Lies.
Best Buy don't even have high-end nothing.
Facts. Facts. Bring them cats right back.
Man, let my boy Still Rain finish his point.
No, that
man.
was it. That was it.
Slayer want to get into this slander. Y'all are ridiculous.
Be a PC elitist. Ask him where employed.
Oh my god.
Man. Okay,
oh my god, the PC elitist.
I've been just saying.
Boy, go to the store. No
what
place.
What do you got to say about this, man? About the exclusivity? Anyway, yeah.
Listen. Man, I've been waiting. You was like, I'm going to be messy. I'm going to be this. Listen, man. I'm going to be messy in your perception. Because all I'm going to do is spit facts, and it's still going to sound messy to you just because, I don't know. All right?
Say that again?
Here's the thing. We knew what it was.
Your perception with your... What? Say that again? Because you probably said it right. That just threw me off.
I'm going to speak facts.
Yeah.
But you think I'm going to be messy. That's what you're going to say. Oh, you going to be messy. Oh, you being messy already with everything I'm about to tell you. But it's all straight facts, no opinion, just what it is. All right?
Okay.
Except for this one part in the beginning.
Do I need to throw out
as soon as we heard
the stand alert for him before you get started?
Like I said, all facts.
Go get him.
Except for this one part in the beginning. That's it. Okay?
All right.
So, when we first heard Microsoft was going to buy Zenimax, right? And after we heard, it'll be a while before it officially happens, so they can't say anything, this and that. We should have already known then what we know now, okay? Whatever was already released, basically the Minecraft situation. Everything else, exclusive, but there'll be those obvious things here and there. But it's just enough of a gap to the absolute word exclusive for certain people, and we all know who, to try and say, but it's really gonna do this, and blah, 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 and this game is coming, and blah blah blah. But no. If you're not, when they had the round table yesterday, in the DMs, I was late, and by the time I started watching it, Phil Spencer was already speaking. And I was asking if he said if it was exclusive yet. And he didn't say it up until like moments after I asked. I heard when he said it. You could hear the way he was like,
joking even. Like, they got straight to task as soon as they introduced everybody, because I watched it after the fact, and they got straight to the point. Xbox, PC, platforms that support, hearing all this absurd stuff that Game Pass might come to PlayStation. Like, what? No! Have one of these platforms that has Game Pass, Xbox, PC, or streaming games. They spent $7.5 billion, just like what PK said, to keep the status quo. Why would you spend $7.5 billion for then? Just leave it unbought. You still get those games multiplayer. We already had that situation. Why would you spend money for that? It was obvious. But there's people out there who obeys one piece of plastic over another. Usually these people only have that one piece of plastic and then want to claim they have another that they could never afford, right? And then want to talk all this crazy talk. I'm not going to sit here and discuss all this other stuff about, all this other stuff that people are trying to say that the Switch will one day have a xCloud app. None of that's going to happen because it just negates the whole purpose of that other platform. They're not going to put Game Pass on PlayStation, because why would you buy a PlayStation then? Mm-hmm. It's exclusives? That's not enough when everything else is in better form for less money on the platforms that support Game Pass. That was stupid from the start. It's the same thing with the Switch thing. The Switch thing is slightly different, but even that's just as absurd. That's not happening either. Lock, stock, and barrel. Anything that's already been out, that's been multi-platform, that's the Minecraft situation. Okay? Starfield, no, that ain't coming neither. Okay, Lemon, you've been up since last night. You've been partying. We can hear in your voice. I don't know. You need to think clearly. No, that's not happening either. Okay, and if that happened, you're talking about a night. Well, we all got receipts now. You said it. You put your flag in the ground and said that's what it is. Well, everybody else putting their flag in the ground, and then one day we'll see. But this is the facts. Like, they bought them for everything to be exclusive to these platforms that they have, and that's it. All this other talk, and they're trying to do all these other things to say, oh, but it won't. It's this, is that, all this other wild stuff. No. No, it's exclusive. Because if Sony did the same thing, nobody would even question it. Okay? Only Xbox ever gets this crap left and right. That's just facts. All the time. Everybody said it. Everybody's been saying it. If the shoe was on the other foot, it wouldn't even be a question. It would just be a wrap. And if that had happened, let's say Sony was the one that bought Zenimax in some, alternate reality somewhere. What would we be saying about Xbox right now? With a straight face. That'd not be a good look for Xbox, okay? But now it's like, oh, Game Pass is coming to place. Really? What kind of absurd? Like, no, it's exclusive. That's it. Game over. And if you want to play these games, you know what platforms they're going to be on. That was the first thing he said. He made it clear. He was like, he basically alluded to, like, how many other different ways did we have to tell you before you got the point? Like, he's trying not to be rude. He's trying not to be rude or say stuff that's going to cause him issues in the future. To be blunt about it. But that's what it is. I'm belaboring the point, but it's exclusive. It's done. Anybody's questioning this stuff, I don't know what to tell you. It's a wrap. It's over. It's exclusive.
That's a wrap.
And if you want to play all these games, it's platforms. That's it.
Oh man, Sir X Man in the chat, he says
like to play. That would have been time for it.
Sir X Man in the chat, he says, homie Lemon is kind of calm tonight. What is going on? I've never heard him so calm. Boy, like I said in the chat, that boy hurting. He been drinking and doing all types of things he ain't doing. That boy pushing 70. He's hurting right now. He hurt. That boy hurting.
Yeah, you know what? I came back just in time to hear this BS.
That boy hurting, man. Look how long he came from coming to the bathroom and back. That boy would have been back quick if he was all right. That man hurting. His body is doing this.
Execute Order 66.
That boy, pain. Anyway, what's going on, so shady? Anyway, hey man, for all y'all out there, I don't know where the hell the rap came from, but throw the raps up. If you agree with mostly everybody on the panel and saying it's a rap, please let me know. Hit it up. Oh, also, by the way, I don't ever really do this, but I need to do it. Hey, share this out. Hey, if you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I am, 20 away? 20, I'm like 20 something away from getting over 3,000. So let's go ahead and do that, man. Yeah. I'm right there. So let's go ahead. Let's
I
get
didn't
that.
even notice that. Wow.
Yeah, let's get that. So anyway,
Well, folks, this happened tonight.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Help your boy up. Hook your boy up. Anyway, all right. So to the round table thing now, because I wanted to break it down, and I just want to get people's favorite point of the round table, and find out what you thought about. Because me personally, I'm not going to come out here and act like now because Bethesda's with Xbox that I've been a Bethesda dude from day one, because I haven't. I've never beat Skyrim.
There you go with the blasphemy again. Do you need me to pull up E3 pictures on my show tomorrow and show you it all in the Bethesda booth, all in taking pictures with fiery dragons and statues?
Oh, so he about that Bethesda the conference,
because I got, as you say, I got them receipts. I got it. See, I was dropping some heat on we was wait a minute.
What is boy over here trying to put it
KMEGA and skips the whole line and goes right to the front at the Bethesda.
Oh my God. Anyway, like I said. All right. So I'm talking about games wise. Can you know what I'm saying? I like their games because I was never really a PC guy. When I first played my very first Bethesda game, it was Quake. And so I jumped in there and was playing and that's where I first learned about how to play.
Bethesda game.
What'd you say?
Quake is not a Bethesda
game.
See,
that's what tells you right there. Who gets Quake? That was the first
game. That's ID's.
That's whose game?
ID's.
See, I tell you right there. See right there. So while Lemon over here talking all this stuff, I'm over here. I'm setting myself up. Anyway, again.
Why you didn't say nothing sick?
Well, no, because I was going to say Doom too, but Quake, because I thought Quake, because they reminded me of each other when I played it on the PC. So
it is under Zenimax, so I mean, it's all the same thing. They all
Zenimax didn't buy.
They're different developers.
Well, hold on, Zenimax. But hold on, but Zenimax didn't buy Bethesda until like '99 or something like that, from when I was listening to the show. So this is like '97 or something like that. So no, I deserve to get roasted. So anyway, but Quake
not the game either.
Come on,
you said what?
Rage.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish what I gotta say, man. Okay, so Quake was the first game that I played to try to learn on PC. Doom was the second game that I played online on PC, and that's where I learned how to play with keyboard and mouse. I didn't like it. I've always been a console dude. So therefore, when I started playing those games, it was much later. When Skyrim came out, I didn't get a chance to play it back then on the 360. I just didn't have no time. I was working my ass off. I was a single father, got 2 kids. I got shit to do. So I just couldn't do it. So and so I didn't have time to do that. But when I first started playing the newer Dooms, I played Doom 3, played a little bit of it, stuff like that. But I'm not going to be one of those guys to come out and say that, oh man, I've been a Bethesda fan from day one. But I do enjoy the fact that Microsoft and Bethesda at the round table, they look like they were genuine friends. Like they've been knowing each other for a very long time. They've even said that they did. And that right there makes the deal even sweeter than it was just like the old Microsoft that would have just bought it, took it over, and then treated it like Rare for all those years. And that to me is what
you can tell they're just as hyped as we are for the possibilities.
And they believe in one another. And my one point before I want to go straight to Still Rain on this one. First is that Phil Spencer. There's a lot of PlayStation fans that can't stand the fact that Phil Spencer gets all this credit that Xbox fans talk about Phil. But that's the set. But the guys up there on that round table, they came out and just said it. Phil made it happen. It was Phil's idea. He came with it. He's the one that saved Xbox from going to oblivion. There is no doubt. Rain, what was your favorite part of the show? And if it's anything if you got to say anything that you want to comment on anything that I said, please do, brother.
For me, it was Phil really putting everything to rest. Like we talked about earlier. When you see that tenacity from Phil, when you could tell that Phil's serious, I guess for me it's because I know that he's a gamer, and that he actually cares about what goes on within the community, what actually goes on as far as like the gaming universe goes. You know what I mean? And just to see him to finally grow some cojones, man, for me, and just really to start telling people that we're trying to shift the scene, and you notice that a lot with Xbox. They did it in 2013, trying to change the scene. They were still early for what they're doing, and they did a lot of unnecessary things at the same time. And then you see it again now where they're saying, hey man, we're trying to give you more options to play. We don't understand what the problem is. We also don't understand why you think now that exclusives are a problem, or why we can't have exclusive to our platform. So that for me is probably the best part. And then the other thing that I liked about the roundtable is that the marketing that they had in it, the marketing was really on point for me. Especially the end trailer where they were combining all the Xbox first party studios with what they had, what Zenimax has, was just off the chain. It hit me in the feels, man. It made me feel some kind of way. And that's how you know that you pull the heartstring. You know what I mean? Like, because I wasn't expecting anything of it. I was just watching it, and then it was you're watching all the different exchanges between the different characters, and you're like, oh man, they're going crazy. There's a lot that's in this package, and it's going to be a lot for people, for your typical consumer to unwrap, and that's the point. Again, I feel like this whole thing that's part of what the whole this whole movement is as we go into these next 5 years of gaming, man. So. That's it for me.
Yeah, no, that's just quick to the point. Excellent. What about you? Let me go to you, Slick. What do you think about? What did you think about the round table, man? What was your favorite point? Your favorite little just whole thing about the round table?
Oh, definitely my favorite part was what I just mentioned earlier. Like when they sat there and they were speaking about, all the possibilities now. You could see and you could hear how excited and giddy they were, right. Like, because they're real gamers. Just like Rain was saying, Phil Spencer is a real gamer. And so you hear it and you see it in the way they're acting, how excited they are about all the possibilities. And I've been talking about the id Tech engine, okay? Been talking about its pedigree and the recent advancements that's happened in that engine that enabled Doom and Doom Eternal, okay? And that Microsoft owns that. But here's a little tidbit that will blow your mind. Doom was ported to Windows 95 to as the beginning to make Windows, a gaming platform. That's the origins of DirectX.
Breach.
It started from that. Mm-hmm. Okay? So this is like a homecoming. The game. And also Wolfenstein, the OG, because I liked Wolfenstein even more than Doom. Like, that was the game when I had a 386, my first PC, and I was getting red eyes just playing that game over and over and over and getting red eyes, okay? Like, to me, that's the game. Wolfenstein is the game that everybody, gives the credit to Doom, but it doesn't matter. They're both with Microsoft now. And the point I'm making about Doom was, that's like a homecoming, because that's what began everything that we see today, because it started DirectX.
Wasn't Doom the very first shooter?
No, that was Wolfenstein, like I just said. Okay, but Doom was the one that became, it wasn't the trope namer, it was the trope codifier. If you ever go on TV tropes, you'll understand what that is. Okay. But it wasn't the thing that developed the trope, but it wasn't the first. But it was the one that everybody, they patterned themselves after. Not Wolfenstein, Doom. So yeah, so like I'm saying, this is a homecoming because it started everything we know now. Okay, if it wasn't for that port of Doom to Windows 95, we wouldn't have DirectX, we wouldn't have the Xbox, we wouldn't be here talking about all of this right now. So this is like, just and now, but yeah.
No, I just wanted to interrupt you real fast because since you said that, because it makes so much sense. Now, what gives me a little pause now on what the next acquisition will be, because you just said right there the connection between um, Bethesda and Xbox. What was the other?
Oh, it really. Yeah.
What was the other platform, or what was the other company that had a connection with Xbox?
Sega.
Exactly. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
And like I said,
I think that might be it right there. Oh.
Yeah. Listen, man. If at least, I've always said, at least some kind of partnership is sufficient. A buyout would be cool, but as long as we get those games on Xbox and the Game Pass ecosystem, I'm cool with it. I don't care if it's multi-platform because Sega, but like. Yeah, I can't knock that. But yeah, back to the show. The main thing was the giddiness, how happy they were, how excited they were. Because they really honestly were not legally allowed to plan anything, right? And they did the show the day after, or they skipped the day after they made the announcement that it was official and done. Well, not the official announcement, but like when everybody assumed it was done. They skipped the day, and then they had this roundtable. So
first of all, hold on a sec. Hold on. We got to stop right there. Let me stop you. You got to pay attention to what my boy Aaron Greenboy said. Okay, things like this is planned months ahead. They didn't skip anything. It was planned.
No, I mean
it was strategically done.
No. They are not legal. They even said.
Listen, I know what they said. I ain't talking about developing games. I'm talking about the show.
No.
Show was planned.
Right. The show was, but that's not what I'm saying. My point is, they skipped the day because now that they own Zenimax, now they can actually speak to these guys. They even plan. Yes, they planned, to have the show in advance, but still the specifics, and maybe they did a little bit of a practice or whatever, and then the next day they did the actual roundtable.
No, they've been.
So to me, but just listen first, and then you can have your comment, because I don't think you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm a totally different.
You said they practiced. Listen, that been planned for months.
That's not what I'm talking about. But maybe they had just listen. You've said enough. It's my turn to speak. They can't plan anything about what game is gonna get an update, all these things until the deal was done, because that's illegal. Okay.
Okay. So let me ask you another question. Then how did today? They dropped 5 games with FPS boosts.
Okay.
Coincidentally,
if you let me finish, you would understand. But you keep interrupting me. Like.
All right, I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm sorry.
Stop talking. Okay. When he's sitting there speaking to him, and he's all happy, and they're all excited. Oh, they could do this. They could do that. That's probably one of the first times they actually were discussing that, because they weren't allowed to before. It wasn't legal to do any of those things. Yeah, they had a plan to have this show yesterday. That, obviously. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the specifics about, okay, we're going to put 20 games on Game Pass. That couldn't have happened until after the deal was done. Okay? And everything that's happening now, it's only now they're making these decisions about what's going on when they're having meetings and all these plans and stuff. Yeah, they planned to buy the company, but they couldn't discuss with them what they were able to do until that time came. So during the roundtable, when they're speaking about it, I think this is probably one of the first times they're speaking about those specifics to each other, and they're getting excited about it. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right. Good point. All right, so let me go to Mitchie on this. What was your favorite thing about the roundtable event? You there, Mitchie? Oh, maybe she.
Oh.
Ooh. Mitchie.
Doesn't seem to be.
She's there. I see her in there. Uh-oh.
Once again.
Mitchie.
Yeah.
We gotta get out of here. Yeah. Okay, so Mitchie? Okay, all right. Rain G4.
What up?
Okay, what was your favorite thing about this show? Yeah, well, Rain.
Well, my take on it, I like what Tom said, because remember they stated that how Fallout had glitches and it was just like a lot of issues with it. He said since that Microsoft acquired them, they ain't got to worry about releasing game that's half done. They ain't got the cut corner. All their games gonna be crisp from here on out. So anybody that dissing Bethesda saying that they're not a quality company, just watch it. Moving forward, their game is gonna be what it's supposed to be, and they're gonna compete with the likes of Naughty Dog and so forth. So they're gonna be on point. So Microsoft is the family. They pretty much built the dream team over there. That's what it is. It's a dream team.
Say that again. They built what?
A dream team.
There you go, bro.
So they got it. Believe me. It's gonna be like the 360 back in the 360 days. Trust me what I say.
I think it's gonna be bigger than that.
I think it's gonna be Barcelona of video games.
All right. Okay. So save that for when we get to the next topic with this, with the app. Well, no, fuck it. Just go ahead. Let's talk about it. So you think? No. You go. So you think that both Rain G4 and Rain Steel, y'all both think that this is going to be the 360 era, or even better than the 360 era this generation?
I believe so.
Oh,
I have a feeling because I remember right before the 360 launch, Microsoft put everything in place. With the OG Xbox, they didn't have a lot of Japanese titles. What they do with the 360, they corrected that situation. They draw JRPGs like crazy. They catered to the Japanese market. They catered to the Western market. The best controller, like the controller was redesigned, and that was considered the best controller of that generation. Some people still say the 360 controller was the best one ever made.
I would have to disagree after me playing with it just recently, but yeah, but okay,
right. But at that time, yeah.
At that time, yeah.
It became a default PC controller too. Facts.
Right.
True.
And even the design of the 360, they did it to appease the Japanese market, because they kind of downplayed the OG Xbox look because they said it was ugly, it was too big, and all the type of thing. So they corrected all that. So this reminded me of when Peter Moore was there. So they're gonna come with it like this generation. Phil couldn't say too much, even though he was kind of like laughing a little bit or trying not to say certain things, but he already know that they got this generation in the bag.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much how it kind of come across.
That's how it come across to you,
Facts.
Steel?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's how it come across to me too. I mean, look, man. If you just look at the work that they put on the back compat side of things, right? Just for an example, they were already 2 to 3 years ahead on just working on it, just saying, oh, we're going to test these thousands of games because we want them to be ready. We want to make sure that all the Xbox One games come over to your next generation console because we want you to have access to these games. We feel like we want you to be able to treat your games like paintings. You don't just get games and throw them away. You need to be able to get games and be able to keep them and take them with you because they are your games. You should have access to those games. Microsoft is already, if you put Sony put out their service 2 years earlier than 3 years earlier than what Microsoft did, and Microsoft is already setting pace as far as us going further into the digital age, us going further into making things based off subscription services or based off of streaming services. At the end of the day, spending $180 a year, just for an example, is better than you buying 3 games, because 3 games do not last you an entire year unless you're younger. And then it is what it is. But even then, the young kids is playing the free games, the games that have microtransactions in them, because they like the customization. That is where we're going. The streaming services, Disney Plus hitting 100 million in 2021 when they were expected to hit in 2024. Do you not understand what's going on? And Sony isn't on board yet. They're not saying, yeah, we see where it's going. No, they're like, we don't see how it's profitable. They haven't said nothing else yet. We'll see when that E3 time hit, what they're really trying to do. But what games are coming out? You think Ratchet and Clank's going to carry this console?
Never did.
Oh,
You think Returnal is going to carry your console? Is this?
He has a point.
Is this exactly what PS4? Right. This is exactly what PS4 did to Xbox. To the Xbox One. But guess what? This is on a whole different plane. This is on Cloud 9. If you still on Cloud 4, I don't know what you're doing.
With that organ music.
Oh, I need to bring the organ music back. I'm going to bring that next week. That's a couple of other things I need to bring.
That's something and that's no shade. It's just what it is. Microsoft is finally bringing you competition. This is what you asked for. Y'all said, y'all ain't got no games. I don't have what I like. Y'all just ain't doing this. But we've always had the services. Man, Microsoft said, you know what? You're right. We cannot beat you at selling hardware. We are a service-based company. We're going to do what we're good at. You do what you're good at. And guess what? When you keep doing what you're good at and it runs out of time, because it will, don't come knocking on my door asking for more service. Because he's going to keep and give you that, extending that hand out. Hey, we'll put Game Pass over there if you want it.
But I do got a classic for those that were saying that Xbox. Mitchie, you back?
I am here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hit you up, and then you weren't there, and I was like,
I know. I'm sorry.
No. You're fine. But go ahead, Rain. Finish what you was gonna say.
So. No, I mean that's pretty much it, man. I just think that the generation is gonna go to a different place, and if Sony doesn't make quick changes to keep up in the competition, like they don't have to worry about really competing right now, but in the mind of a business, you have to be a couple steps ahead of your competitor. Microsoft doesn't consider you a competitor. That is a problem. Oh. Who is Sony? Who is your competitor, Sony?
Shut his mic off. He's so disrespectful.
Oh my God.
That's all I'm saying.
Just shut his damn mic off. How dare you?
That's all I'm saying.
It's blasphemy. They're going to continue to do what they're supposed to do. They're going to make first-party games that's awesome that come out every 4 years.
And they're going to end up just like the young god King David said. They're going to become a producing company. They're going to become a developing house.
Oh man! And don't.
You will be the new Sega. And people will be like, "Oh man!"
Don't let them get them. Don't let them get them.
Don't let them do that. You can't let that. You can't go from being you're number one to
you're the most shut his mic off.
Man, let that man preach. Let that man preach, because I gotta get to PK next.
And you thought I was gonna talk spicy?
Yeah,
oh my God.
I'm just saying, man. It's like there's two sides of the coin. What side of the Magic Dragon you gonna ride on, man? It's it. Y'all, I mean, it's okay.
I got them wings.
I gotta go to PK, man. PK cannot be, PK, man. What? Do you believe everything that man just said? I mean, or are you gonna just kind of tell us to pump the brakes, man? What was your? I don't even know. The topic was about the round table, but I mean, at this point, it's about. I mean, could Xbox be could the Series X be can revitalize the 360 era, or even better at this point? That's what I want to talk about. I think that's amazing to think about.
I don't think either. I mean, this is a brand new thing altogether. So to say this is what Xbox is doing, and that's just not accurate, right? This is a whole new ball game. Altogether.
So you basically telling Rain and both Rains and everybody else, send that shit to
Hades. Well, the thing is,
I was holding on that for that.
Who's walking around with pagers on their belt? Who's walking around?
Oh, wow.
Who's walking around with suitcase?
He said
cell phone.
Pages on the.
Facts. The big yellow satellite version. Preach.
Who's walking around with VCRs in their house?
I would still have a pager if they were still.
No.
What I'm saying is, as technology changes, so does our habits.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that there won't be people still doing what they're used to doing, but as time moves on, things change. The way we collaborate, the way we do everything. It will never be the same. It will never, as much as I would love to have movies like they were when I was growing up, It just will never be that way, and we have to accept it. But moving forward, that doesn't mean it's all bad. It just means that we're entering a new era. It will never be another 360 era. That doesn't mean we can't have something better. It just means it's going to be different. And and instead of just saying a 360 era, it should be gaming era as a whole.
Facts.
Our gaming habits are going to change. There will be more PC players. There will be more Xbox players. There will be more Game Pass subscribers, and etc. What I'm saying is, just like how Netflix took over the streaming business because it was non-existence, right? Because what Blockbuster was the king of rentals at the time.
Until Netflix.
Right, until Netflix stepped up their streaming piece. What I'm saying is, it's an evolution of habits on how we use technology and how it fits our needs and our everyday uses. So it's the same idea. As a whole, Game Pass, of course, is going to be the front line breaking these barriers. But don't think for a second that Sony is not paying attention. That Sony is not going to have a competitor at the same level at some point, because they'll have to. And I will hope that they do, because that's what's going to push this competition to a new level. The bottom line is, you can't have one dude just be king and that's it. You got to have a constant competition. AWS and Azure are the two largest cloud service providers, with Google being the bottom at the third. Azure just finally stepped to the point where it is now almost overtaken at AWS. AWS has been king for the longest, but now it's a real competition. And that's what I'm saying. Yes, I agree with Still Rain. Microsoft is a service company. Think about it. No more are we doing exchange on-prem servers. We are 365, homie. We no longer sell. It's going to get to the point they're not going to sell Windows. It's just going to be a subscription base, part of 365. No doubt, telling you that now.
All right, so there's somebody in the chat that said this, and that's pretty crazy to me. And I wonder, because of the way that and then I'll get to you. Well, I want to hear what PK have to say this, and then I'll get to you next, Minchie. But Ryan says, when Microsoft makes Xbox an actual operating system like Microsoft Windows is the day of the future. Xbox and PC are the same. You know,
no, it's already an
I
operating
was
system.
just going to start saying that it's already seeming that that's what they're trying to do already.
Well, it's not a seam. It's Windows.
It's Windows 10 and operating the Xbox.
Yeah,
but this is not their first attempt, and I'm gonna let y'all continue before it's my turn. But they tried it with Windows. They tried to go Windows games for Windows, and it didn't work.
Well, it was
because they tried to keep it. They tried to make it two different entities that can cross play, but now they got it. It's one ecosystem. It is absolutely one.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
So,
all right. Okay, go ahead.
So my point is exactly, it's not, and there will never be an Xbox quote unquote OS, because it's all Windows. It's all the same platform. Right. The reason why they did it that way is so that it can be a seamless transition. If you keep the base the same and the same architecture, it makes it easy to say, hey, you can have the same DLLs on both the console and the PC, and it has the same. Everything's the same, so it will never be a separate entity. It will always be the same. So you have to understand that, yes, PlayStation and Nintendo will have their own overlaying OS, but it's going to be based off of something, but it's not Windows. So you got to keep that in mind. The reason why that it's a benefit for Microsoft, because they already been making Windows forever. It's just easy and makes sense to throw it on their closed box. And then and it's a light version. I mean, they didn't just do it for Xbox. They did it for their Surface Pros, everything that Microsoft does, they put Windows in it. The only thing they did differently, and I know it's super technical, but it's their Sphere, which is their Linux-based Windows platform. But overall, it's always going to be the same.
Yo, PK, quick question. What's the name of Microsoft's console?
It's Xbox.
Why do they call it that?
Because it's a box.
Direct Xbox?
You talking about DirectX 12? Well, that wasn't.
I'm just meaning DirectX in general. It's not just about Windows. It's more specifically about DirectX and the relationship between those two. And it's on the console. It's a big deal. This is how they're able to do it. They've been working on this for a long, long time. So everything you're saying, it's powered by this. And even Luna, if you look at Stadia, it was just Linux. Even on Luna, it was just Windows games that were running on those servers. It was just Windows games.
Wow. All right. You know what? The way that you asked that question, that reminded me of Livewire. So shout out to Livewire.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was because I didn't know where that was going to go. I was like, what?
I was stuck too.
I was stuck. I didn't know what I would know where that was going to go.
It makes sense now, though, right?
No, it makes sense now.
Before we get into the next one, read that super chat, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. The friendly neighborhood blue shell. Thank you, brother. He said at work, just supporting the podcast. He says one more time for the road. Xbox has no games, and Xbox 448 will save a game by saving KMEGA in the Halo tournament. Just kidding. Listen, you saw that tournament, bruh. You saw it. But that's okay. Appreciate it.
At least I wasn't there for Xbox to blame me for his lack of skills. Oh.
You guys are messy today. I don't know.
Those are the facts.
Messy. Anyway, so listen. Okay, so Mitchie, okay, so the question, the original question was about what was your favorite thing about the roundtable event, and then after you get done with that, let us know your take on the whole. Is Xbox? Is this generation going to be even better for Xbox than the 360 in your opinion?
Okay, the roundtable. I thought Pete Hines did a really good job. I mean, he did an excellent job of controlling the flow and asking the right questions to the right people. And I like their little that they went to each studio and that they talked to them and seen what they were doing and stuff. That was pretty cool. And is it going to be? I think it's a whole new world. I don't think you can really compare it to 360 because it's really different than 360 was. They were like the king back then, and now it's a little different. I mean, Game Pass is a game changer. I mean, you can't just compare the two really because you had arcade, but that wasn't anything like this. No.
But it did catapult indie game companies ahead of a lot of people and gave them advertisement, because I keep telling people, and that's a great point you made, Mitchie, Microsoft put them out there first. Games of Arcade was being promoted on posters, TVs, everywhere. And that was indie gamers. People said, oh, in PlayStation 4 conference, they put them on stage and just forgot about Games of Arcade. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And then they had that whole Summer of Arcade thing. I kind of wish they bring that whole arcade thing back, but I know that's a thing of the past.
Yeah, because it's indies that's being,
There's too many indies now for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been asking
everybody's
about that
basement.
for a long time. Yeah. But we still have those games, now they're just not all bundled together. That's all.
Right. But the arcade thing, that was fantastic, And I think then they were more about community, like the 1 versus 100 thing, and that was much more about community and getting together and but now it's just a little bit more different. That's all.
It is.
But I think it's just more. I think it is really a whole new world, like PK was saying. It's not anything like 360.
Yeah, no, I mean, me just now getting my 360 back after all this time and playing with it and things like that. It is a whole new world. It is definitely.
You take your 360 to the park and push it on the swing?
No, well, pretty much. You know what? Right now, I'm surprised y'all not hearing all this
He said you're
cackling.
gonna push it down the
I'm surprised
swing.
you guys are not hearing
That's
all
funny.
this crackling and yelling from the ladies that's in there, that's singing the shit out of songs with the lips. So they're in there. I'm pretty sure they sauced up and they.
You got that noise clown, we don't hear nothing. Continue.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great. I'm just like, Lord, because they hitting some pitches, and I'm like, Lord, how many motherfuckers is in there? But anyway, so it's great. But all right. So go to you, Lemon, on this one. What you go ahead and finish.
All right, my favorite part was Phil saying exactly what's going down. That was my favorite part. But I love the way the teams got together, but people keep forgetting about Morrowind coming from Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't be surprised at them being part of Bethesda. Even when Bethesda, when they broke down how they be getting stuck in Microsoft, they called Microsoft and they helped them with their games. They helped them get past the hurdles that they didn't even know was there and what was stopping them. Did anybody miss that point?
No.
Did anybody pay attention to when? And I'm gonna drop a couple games on y'all. First, Call of Duty hit a console was Call of Duty 2. Shout out to everybody that played Call of Duty today. Y'all should all be thanking Microsoft. 4-on-4 multiplayer. That's what it had. Okay. Shout out to people that play Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon. Those were PC games.
Thanks.
They brought all of that to console. But no, we're supposed to hate these guys for giving us gamers what we're playing today. Rainbow Six Siege, biggest Rainbow Six ever, over 40 million. Over 40 million. Ghost Recon series has translated into a blockbuster AAA title when it wasn't on PC. These games and the history of Microsoft and the PC foundation is what make this Bethesda deal, this id deal more important because they already know that ecosystem. Sony just started dropping their games on PC. They see it's not an easy thing to do. They're hitting Horizon Zero Dawn with 100,000 patches trying to get it to work. Whereas Microsoft don't need that foundation. It's already there. They don't have to build it.
Already there. Yep.
Of course, if this Bethesda deal, you think they don't talk sick? They didn't just talk about this situation and say, "Oh, we're going to do something." Listen to what I'm saying. I understood what you're saying. You're talking about the gaming and the legality. Yeah, it's not legal to sell drugs. People do it every day. They're not. Listen, it's more going on. The person you got to watch when they talk is not Phil. You got to listen to Aaron Greenberg. Because sometimes he got to hold himself back because he be spilling the beans. Great dude. Good conversations with this guy. But what I'm saying is, this has been planned. It's strategically planned for a reason. They didn't want to blow the whistle and do this during one Xbox One. No. We're going to go into the next generation and we're going to hit you with a few strategical haymakers. And then we're going to make our ecosystem with Game Pass even better. I was one of the people that said, "Oh, I ain't getting no goddamn Game Pass. I buy everything day one. I don't care about no damn Game Pass." Now I'm like, Game Pass. Because now they added first party. That's what mattered to me. Not third party. First. Day and date. Ultimate. Every add-on, DLC. I went to go play Gears. Shout out to my boy PK. He'll tell you. I put on my Gears. I had mad updates for content. Because of Ultimate. I said, damn, I got to download all of this. Right around PK, that happened, yesterday? Day before?
Yep. It was
yeah. I said, God damn, look at all this content. For one price. Listen, this deal was not made. It's kind of future-proofing. I agree with PK. This is going to surpass 360.
Mm-hmm.
We watched this commercial with the Falcon. That's the commercials from back in the days when Sega was throwing Super Nintendos out the window. Sega do what Nintendo don't. Skyscraper buildings in New York City. You got Super Nintendos crashing to the floor. It's competition. They're not doing stuff to be. Phil is not playing. He may look like, hey, kumbaya, my lord. And then he hitting you with that Agent 47 sniper. That's what he do. He kills you with kindness. And Microsoft is moving in a great direction. And all these game companies that they picked up in Zenimax, because Zenimax no longer exists, it's Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
But picking up these IPs, and man, a crossover between Gears and Doom. Anybody even thought about those type of crossovers now?
Oh yeah,
they own them.
Doom, and Halo. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Doom and Halo is bananas. And just think about this: whenever they finally get the studio or get it right to get the proper studio to work on Killer Instinct, look at the cameos that's going to be in there.
Right. Mm-hmm. This is what I'm saying. Like, people are not looking at the big picture. They're looking like, oh, I have to join their ecosystem to play Doom. You can say what you want to say. I'm excited for what's in the future. I'm excited with the possibilities they could do with these icon players, these characters that we all love to play. You know what I'm saying? Just that's what people have to look at as a gamer, not a console fanatic for a platform, for any platform. I'm looking at it just in general, like, wow, what are we gonna get out of this? And now they got a bigger budget to work with. Microsoft is not coming in there telling you, yeah, you got to do Fallout forever. No, they're telling you, listen, bring these projects to the table. Let's see what you got. Let's go. Let's get it done. And that's the attitudes that developers want, because having conversations with developers, they're enthused from the indie guy to the AAA guy, all in between. They will sit there and talk your head off and explain to you so you understand their vision. These dudes are artists, and they want you to enjoy their craft. This is why this deal is crazy, because you saw, like Six said, you saw the enthusiasm.
Right, because this is a new Microsoft. There is no like, we're going to dictate what you're going to do. We're going to just let it
just say what it is.
Open.
KMEGA, the Don Matra era is over.
It's done.
When Microsoft lost Peter Moore, I was like, damn. That's like when Sony lost Jack Tretton. I was like, damn. Mm-hmm. We have to also give a shout out to Microsoft for being a company that is transparent.
Or that evolved, I should say.
Right. No. I'm talking about transparent in terms of talking to their community. Who talks to you from Sony?
Mm-hmm.
You can't get a Sony dude on a podcast. You can't get a Sony dude to give you a straight up interview. You can't get nobody from Japan to talk to you.
No, that's
they act like they don't even fly out of Japan.
No,
and
man. No,
we watched Hideo Kojima walk around E3, don't talk to nobody, with 6 dudes bigger than me.
Yeah.
6 or 7, 8 dudes. You couldn't even see him. He was so small in the middle. So while you walking through the middle of E3 with thousands of fans, trying to talk to them, you couldn't even walk near him. It was like he was like the president, and you had COVID. Mm. It was crazy.
It was stupid. Man.
So they're out of touch. And I would love to have a Sony dude on the podcast. I would love to have a Nintendo dude. They don't come out. Nope. Shout out to ILP, got the Beard, Jason Ryan on it twice. They're getting all these people, just regular developers, just want to talk about their games on local podcasts. That dudes out here working hard to make things happen. Xbox is transparent. And I'm not saying this because that's my preferred platform, because like I said, I own all of them, but it's the facts. What Nintendo do get on any podcast? Anywhere. You will never see one of the lead engineers from Sony on a podcast.
Maybe somebody from, I think they might, a couple, I don't know. I think that there's some Nintendo people that might move around. And,
that's what they call exception to the rule.
He's seeing far as the people who represent Nintendo, not people who are fans. He's talking about
no. I'm talking about. I thought I've seen some stuff where there was people that
were. Yeah.
No, Nintendo only does directs. You only see Sakurai, okay? And the reason why is because Nintendo they're probably the only company that don't do leaks very well. They keep things on the wraps for the most part.
Yeah, they don't talk to the people, so
they don't. They do it on purpose. It's very deliberate. And like I said, even when Sakurai does it, he records that 2 months in advance.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go ahead and make my point, and then we'll get to the last topic before we get out of here. I just wanted to say this was basically, my favorite. The other favorite parts about this was that it was the whole thing what Phil said about him and Aaron Greenberg couldn't wait to go to Tokyo and go talk to the studio that's making that Ghostwire Tokyo game. Or Tokyo Ghostwire, I think that's the name of the game. I forget what that studio's name is, but I think it's Tango or something like that. But that just showing you right there that they're hungry for that Japanese content. And on top of that, I don't think that they're done in that Asian region period, because there's also Korea that's making games, and then there's also China that's making games. I just bought a game last night on Steam, and it's a Wan Yang 7. Previous version of it is on Xbox. There might be a version of it on PlayStation. I do not know, but you could tell they're getting better and better and better and better with their craft, and that I just gaming is becoming international. So it's and Xbox sees that. And I think Sony, for the most part right now, are starting to see that too. That's why they're breaking away from their roots and kind of spreading their wings a little bit, because they see you can't just stay in one idle spot and then think that you're just going to dominate the market, because everything is completely different now. So I thought that was really interesting. That was my favorite part. And then also, man, give a big shout out to the ladies that was on there as well. I got a chance to talk with Sarah Bond at FanFest, man. Really, really.
Are we going to go
nice.
through this story again?
Well, I just was saying she was a really nice lady. She was very nice. I mean, we was having pretty good conversation, man.
I'm gonna tell your wife. I'm gonna tell your wife. You keep mentioning this lady too much. I'm gonna tell. I'm dry snitching.
What's the problem? What's the problem? Anyway, so you know what I'm saying. But yeah, she was a sweetheart, man. So you know what I'm saying. And my girl Shannon Loftus out there in the cut. What's happening, Shannon? Anyway, but no, I just thought that team, and then also the Aaron Lois, I think that's how you say her name. That team right there is definitely going to make things a lot easier for Aaron Greenberg. And all that slander for all those people, like, people need to fire Aaron Greenberg. They need to get rid of him. They need to do this. They need to do that. They need to do this. They need to do that. And what'd you say? Let me.
They don't even know what his job title is.
No. Yeah, they need to fire him. Yeah, right.
One of the most important.
He's one of the most important people, just like Larry Herb. Just like Larry Herb. Well, right. Say, he's older. He's too and things old. Like that. Bro, right. Like they're very important. They've been a part of the establishment and a part of this growth.
Now the Xbox and Matt Booty.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all still want to get rid of Aaron Greenberg? Nah, bro, you can't.
Oh my God.
He is just as important as Phil Spencer, because that's nothing is more important as you having your right hand man on your side. You know what I'm saying? Like, people will know this when they do a podcast. People will know that when you just live in life. You know what I'm saying? When you got your road dogs with you, you got your people with you. You just can't, you just can't just get rid of somebody. Oh man, you ain't the homie no more. I got to get this new dude. Yeah, you know what that new dude might do to you? Whew. Anyway, so. The thing of it is that I think what the ladies are going to do, because I think her name, like I said, Erin Lois, she seems like she's very fiery. She don't take no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like she will speak her mind, and she seems to manage very well, like Matt Booty does. While Sarah Bonds is very nice but structured and has great vision. So that is definitely going to help Xbox in the future, and that's what brings me to my next and my last topic of the night is the Xbox advertising. That's one of the things that they have been lacking in so much. And what we've started, and what happened here? All of a sudden, we started to see a little bit more commercials, things like that. Then all of a sudden, they dropped this one commercial this advertisement out of nowhere, with Falcon from the Winter Soldier, from the MCU. And they advertised Falcon and Winter Soldier, but they're advertising the Xbox, the new Xbox. Now that's the type of advertising I'm talking about. The only thing, and I want you guys to tell me if I'm right or wrong, and give me your points about what Microsoft, what you think they should do with their advertising, things like that. But the one thing that I still have a problem with, and I hope that they get it right, is that yes, the internet is very important because that's where the biggest demographic of people are there to watch. But you cannot keep sleeping on television. You can't. You just can't. Not live event television. Like, and I'm talking about like 60 Minutes, the news, sports, things like that. Super Bowl, stuff like that. You cannot sleep on big time events, really, really good popular TV shows, because this is my one point, is older people will go in there and they know what Nintendo is right off the bat. They might not know what the hell they looking at, but they know the word Nintendo. It's because it was engraved in their heads from their kids. And parents like us that don't game, the casuals, they know what PlayStation is. But the only thing that could be relatable to Xbox for the majority of people is Master Chief and Halo. Or just Halo. They know Halo. So it's crazy to think that one video game can be in the same kind of the same topic as a Nintendo or a PlayStation. But to me, Xbox needs to get on that television, on a television scene as well with their advertising, so those older people can know what the Xbox is, what it looks like. Show those commercials like crazy. And get the casual parents out there to know what the hell that is. So when the kids say an Xbox, they know what the hell it looks like. Not look at a damn Switch or a PlayStation and think they're all the same. What do you guys think about this? I'm going to go to you first on this, Mitchie. We started off with the ladies. We're going to end it off with the ladies. Do you think that I'm off base on that? Do you think I'm on to something? Or give me your thoughts of what do you think Microsoft should do with their advertising moving forward?
Define older people.
Okay, like in the 60s, 70s, I ain't touching the 50s and 40s. I'm not doing that. But I'm saying, I'm talking about like great grandmas, great grandpas.
Our parents.
Yeah, our parents, your
yeah.
parents. You know what I'm saying? All our parents, because we're around the same age. So
okay.
Yeah, our parents.
Okay. Yes, I think. Well, they had a couple during the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. I think. And during the playoffs they did. I was surprised, but they had commercials. Yay.
I was very surprised. Yeah.
And I don't know about 60 Minutes, though. That's a little weird.
Throw it out there. Just throw it out.
That's just a little weird. I don't know
because it's just big venues. You know what I'm saying? Just throw a little quick, you know what I'm saying, a little 20 seconds, Maybe
during like The Flash or Superman and Lois or something,
Right.
More that. They at least get the crowd you think you want. I mean, I love their little YouTube things that they do with the older English grandparents thing. Those are fantastic. Mm-hmm. I mean, whoever makes those, thumbs up to them. And but otherwise, it has been better. At least you see them on TV now, and then more than you used to. You see them on Hulu during the commercials, because I have Hulu with commercials. Mm-hmm. So you see them now, rather than before you did not at all. You saw Sony, but you didn't see, and you saw Nintendo, but you didn't see Xbox at all. So I think it has improved. The Winter Soldier thing I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, I think it'll improve over time, especially with Bethesda, who's a little bit more edgier than Microsoft is.
Yes.
With their advertising. So I think that'll help them too.
That's a great point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, no, it is. And then I'm looking at, I see you, Chris Hart. Matter of fact, happy birthday to you too. You and 108 got something.
Yo, you know what? Nope, I'm going to renounce my status if that bird dude.
Not today, as far as I know. I think it was the other day.
If he's a Pisces, I'm going to I'm gonna ask
the other day.
Fun. I'm gonna be Aries or something. I cannot be related. First of all, he's light skinned. We need to revoke his light skin pass, and then I'm gonna revoke my Pisces pass. So we're gonna do this.
It's we gotta revoke the light skin.
Maybe let me just get back to your roots.
Whoa, you like that?
Wow,
that's what you might need to do is come back home to the.
No. You light skin too.
No. I'm talking about with that sound in the back. You didn't hear that? Come back to your roots, to the PlayStation Nation.
Oh,
Get back.
nah, my roots was Sega.
All right, yeah, Sega was the roots. Anyway, but okay, so but happy birthday to you. He says I'm definitely swimming in the Pisces Ocean, my guy. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
is
So.
Just to piss you off, but I think it is true.
Oh my goodness. All
He
right. So.
said, "My guy."
Oh my goodness. So okay, so let me go to Ray G4 on this one. Did you agree with do you agree with my points on the advertising aspect? Maybe not 60 minutes, but maybe want to like Cartoon Network cuz PlayStation they show their shit everywhere. And so does Nintendo. Yeah. Nintendo don't show it everywhere, but Nintendo shows their stuff at certain like on Cartoon Network they kill it on Cartoon Network like when
what you know?
Huh? What'd you say?
How you know about Cartoon Network? You're like 90.
Bro, I watched Rick and Morty.
The devil.
Rick and Morty.
Not calling the other black dude black.
Right, like you're older than me, so you're 94. Well, that's okay.
But I'm not talking about Nickelodeon.
I didn't say Nickelodeon. I said Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network. But okay, I'm good. Yo, you good with it? You happy, bro? You like it? I love it. I got you.
Don't we take it Steel Rain stuff. No. I'm the one that steals it. Anyway, no. This is the thing, is that Rick and Morty is a dope ass show. So is Family Guy, and I got my wife liking Family Guy. So
newer though.
Yeah. So, but they show Nintendo and PlayStation stuff all the time. So, Rain G4, do you agree with my assessment, or do you think that Microsoft should be going another direction with their advertising?
I think Microsoft needs to appeal to the younger audience because they the more popular audience. Like once you get them in, you good. I mean, us old heads, we gonna buy the console regardless. But you got to target that young audience because that's what's popular. And you know, they had celebrities like all these new rappers. We might not be fond of them, but they got to target them because that's the biggest crowd. That's gonna make their brand more popular, more what they call hip or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, you know, get back. They had The Rock back in the day. They had Usher. So it's like, and they was popular during their time. So they got whoever was popular. They got to get in with them. Any popular show that's out that everybody love, they need to make sure they have advertisement when them shows is coming on, and advertise billboards. You know, everywhere. You know, anywhere that's popular that people love, they just got to be there. Like, because when you watch TV shows back in the day, everybody had a 360 controller in there.
Right.
You know.
Good point.
So once they get back to that, like, appeal to the younger audience because us old heads, we already know what it is. But because my kids today, when they think of games, they literally think of PlayStation and Nintendo. They don't really talk about Xbox like that unless you bring it up. You know. Because PlayStation is just a more popular brand to them. So that's what all their friends got. So I believe, you know, they start putting to the younger audience, they'll be straight.
That's a great point. You've been on point. You've been on point tonight, Rain. I really appreciate that, brother. Great points. All right, what about you, PK? Do you agree with my assessment, or you know, you got another theory about, you know, like I said, not 60 Minutes, but you know, Cartoon Network, some other places where Microsoft could just throw that stuff out there, you know, on TV?
I think they spend a lot of money on their advertisement. They have a really good crew because they're strategic in their advertisement and advertisement placement. I mean, but this is what these people do for a living. I mean, I work with these type of people. They literally go by trends. They watch what kind of target groups they're trying to hit, and they place them in specific places. As far as kids, I mean, when the holidays come around or whatnot, yeah, you're gonna see a lot of it. But typically, Xbox is sold to kids, but it's mainly big target focus is people teenage and above. People that don't buy toys typically, unless you're a collector. So, Cartoon Network, a waste of time.
Oh,
what?
When you're unless you're doing an Adult Swim, best time to hit is prime time when people are sitting at home watching TV or on YouTube
okay. That's what
or
I'm talking about with Rick
or on
and Morty and
Twitch
stuff like that.
or
Yeah.
on all these little different platforms that your target audience is sitting on. But sitting just having a random commercial during Gumball is a waste of time. That's a waste of money spent.
Gumball is pretty
If you're gonna
goddamn good.
if no, Gumball's great, but I'm saying the targeted audience is not the audience is watching Gumball typically. So it will be a waste of time. But if you put your commercials on YouTube and put your commercials on Twitch and Facebook gaming and things like that, where your target audience is hanging out, that's well spent. And they're very targeted. I mean, if you pay attention to their Twitter feed, you see the Xbox and the Microsoft and the Game Pass, they're all tweeting each other like they're actual people and having conversations. And even though it's playful banter, the point is people are paying attention to this. So it's not just commercials. It's a lot of other things that socially is touching other people. And that's the thing. They have very smart people. They pay a lot of money to do this. I work alongside people that do this, and I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot that goes into that, and there's a lot of math, a lot of statistics. But at the end of the day, they have applications that pay attention to people's behaviors, and this is what goes into R&D. This is what makes them come up with ideas like Game Pass, is because they're looking at trends, looking at changes in technology, and how can they get people to adapt. Think about it. Again, I bring up, 2013, it was unheard of just buying digital games for a console. But here you are in 2021, where most of us either buy or play Game Pass digitally.
2019, EA reported 57% of their sales was digital.
Well, it's at
Exactly.
It's at 86% now. But my point I'm making is, this is what I'm saying. So, no, I don't think they need to do anything different because they're doing what they should be doing. They're very strategic in their mindset. The only thing that they're trying to do now is capture that Eastern market, and that takes a different engagement because they have a different need than the Western needs.
Yeah, they have their own needs.
So though I agree that kids are a part of that, they're not the ones going out spending $500 on those Series X. I'm just being honest. They're not.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Kids are going to see this stuff regardless because they have more time on their hands. You don't need to spend millions of dollars on a commercial during Gumball to get their attention. Okay? They're playing Fortnite. Okay, Roblox came out, and that company is now worth more than EA, Take-Two, and all of them put together.
Mind blowing. Literally, he's not exaggerating when he says that.
And think about that. Have you seen a commercial for Roblox?
Nope.
No.
Is it on PlayStation?
I treat it like malware. If I go and I fix somebody's PC, I usually see Roblox, and that's the first thing I pick off.
I'm trying to prove a point. Is Roblox on PlayStation?
I don't know.
Nope.
It's not. Is it on the Switch? No, it's not. That's mind blowing, right? It's on everything else, but it's not on the two systems that's supposed to be targeting those kids. But yet, this company goes public and is worth $45 billion, and you could combine EA, Take-Two, Square, and all those together, and it still would not amount to the same amount that one company has done. How can that be possible?
Them goddamn Roblox bucks. That's how.
But what I'm getting at is, do you see commercials for this?
Nope.
No.
My point I'm making is, you don't need to make commercials to target the kids. They're going to see this stuff anyway. But you do need to do targeted for the people that's going to spend the money. It is a mathematical it's really broken down. It's a lot of stuff that goes into this, but trust me when I tell you, their marketing team is very smart. They don't need to do anything different.
No, nobody didn't say that their marketing team wasn't smart. But I do
Well, I'm
have to
not
say,
saying you said that. I'm just saying.
but there's one thing that I do have to say this, um, is that is that you brought up analytics, and let me because we watch sports quite a bit, and analytics can get shit really messed up. You know, I mean, analytics is really good for what it is, and analytics can give you really good, accurate, pinpoint information to target. But sometimes it takes intuition and just looking at the temperature in the room and learning those skills. Because if you just keep looking at analytics and not have somebody or other people to look and see the temperature around the surrounding area or whatever, then you're going to miss out on opportunity. It's just like in sports. There's like in basketball. People was going and doing the analytics. There was a fast break. Team could have took a game to overtime, but because of the analytics, they ran and did a post up on the 3-point line instead of doing a beeline to the to get a dunk. You know what I'm saying? And they went in here and shot the three on a fast break when it was three people to one. So I mean, it's like analytics is great. We hear it all the time in basketball. We hear it in football, but sometimes it takes the common sense to get to follow some things. And look, I totally understand what you're saying, and I agree with 98% of everything you said. The only 2% that I got a problem with is that you don't have to spend quadruple amounts of money because but you know, when I said Rick and Morty, that's a really popular show. That's on Adult Swim. That's for more oriented, like, you know, in that crazy ass Eric whatever show, like yeah, like, and all the other stuff that they show, or Toonami. You know what I'm saying? Because anime is ridiculous right now. So they can throw some
teens. Facts.
Yeah, and they're catered for teens. And then that way, if you throw a couple of commercials in there, you know, they know that there's also Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo right along with them. And then there's more choice, and then Xbox can continue to doing what they want to do because they have more capital to burn. That's my point.
And I get what you're saying, but you're talking as if throwing a commercial up is for free.
Did you just hear what I said? They have more capital to burn to where they can spend.
No, it's not about having capital to burn. It's about telling your money what to do, not letting it do what it wants to do, and actually being strategic in where you placing it, and not disagreeing with your assessment of, is it a popular time? Sure, maybe, but is it the best fit for Xbox to be presenting their commercials? Probably not, because guess what? All that stuff happens at night, and if there's not the targeted audience, then you're just throwing your money away. We don't know exactly. You know, I turn the stuff on. I could be asleep or doing something else. Who knows?
Okay,
but
so
I'm not paying attention.
Or the NBA TV or something like that. Sports is always huge, and people like to watch sports live.
And I'm not disagreeing with that. There's a lot of cross promotions that could happen, but analytics for sports and analytics for as advertisement, and when it comes to that kind of stuff, two different philosophies and methodologies. Those are two different things. They're doing R&D based on human behavior, broadcast, and people attachment to technology and things of that nature. So if they see Facebook gaming growing at a certain rate, they're going to jump on board and say, we need to place our money here. If they see Twitch growing at a certain rate, do you see what I'm saying? And then they look at peaks of time, who's watching, what age group. All this stuff has been going on since forever. I mean, think about it. Even when we were younger and they did cartoons and they did toy commercials, they only did specific toy commercials during certain times. You rarely see Barbie commercials during the He-Man cartoons or the Transformers or none of that stuff. You typically see the G.I. Joes and Transformers because they're targeting boys at certain times of the day. That's what they do. It's the same philosophy. I'm not disagreeing with what your assessment is for our sports, but those are two different mythologies of engagements. And I'm not saying they don't have money, but you don't want to just throw it away and you just put $1 million on this daggone commercial and you get no attachment from it. That's not bringing value. So from a business perspective, you're trying to tell your money what to do. So you're putting it in the right place that's a good fit for you. Not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying that's the way
the analytics. You know, I got that. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. It's just that, you know, I look at it. We got a different outlook on it. It's still trying to get to the same place, but it's still but it's still I think it's just a great conversation. I don't think people really get into the meat and potatoes about the advertising aspect without just saying, you know, Xbox, Angry Bird needs to be fired. That crazy shit. This is the conversation I wanted to have. So that was a really good point. All right. So who else did I miss? Slayer? Go ahead, Slayer.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. So, early on, I didn't think I really had much I could have said. And then Rain brought up a good point then. And since with the discussion you had with PK, now I definitely have something I could say. Mm-hmm. But first off, the realization, so shout out to Rain here, because I was thinking to myself, I don't really see a lot of ads. I was gonna ask the question. I don't think I really see a lot of ads so much, but then Rain brought the point home. Like, I don't need the ads. You know, I'm a hardcore gamer. I know the news before the news is going to come to me. I find my own news. You know, I follow the people on Twitter. You know, I read the sites, whatever. So, advertising to a hardcore gamer like myself isn't really a thing I notice that needs to be. But you have, like, you know, folks who are talking about the kids and all of that. And there was a time when the Xbox platform was, you know, people like to, you know, just generalize it by saying pro shooters and sports games and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, the library on the Xbox is much more diverse. And especially now, but it always was, but especially now. So, you know, advertising is a tough thing. And I do agree with the overall point that you and PK are making. You really are saying the same things from the from different points of view, you know, two sides of the same coin, because you have to advertise to the segments like the younger gamers. But then you know you say, oh, but then who's gonna buy a Series X for a kid? They have a Series S. There's Game Pass. There's many people, my family and others, who come to me, you know, for tech advice. You know, what should I get for Christmas and like, Microsoft's coming out with a new console at $299, and there's Game Pass. You know, that was a common thing I said. There was a lot of people who came to me already knowing about this. So, marketing to younger gamers is definitely a thing that needs to improve. But the marketing overall, I feel, my question that I was going to ask everybody was that I feel like when Xbox, for example, isn't doing as well, I feel like I see less advertising than when they're doing well. So you're talking about the 360 era. I think what you was really trying to say was the success of the 360 era when the Xbox was at the forefront.
Yeah,
it's returning to the.
You seen on the movie Transformers. You seen
right. I was gonna bring that up. Yes.
Yeah. Like, okay, my bad. I need to stop doing that then. Go ahead. Sorry, bro.
No. I was gonna bring that up before, but you never really asked me, or I think I skipped over it and never got to. But yeah. You know, just like you say, yeah. So yeah, in the Transformers, remember when the cube hit stuff and it would just, you know, transform random objects, and a guy just walked out of a shop with Xbox 360, and you know it started transforming. But you heard not the Transformers logo, you heard the Xbox 360 sound effect. Yeah,
that's the stuff that I'm talking about. Right, like that stuff still does not get old. I'm sorry.
Right, and that's advertising.
Right,
in
that's
a movie.
The advertising.
But I feel. That level of advertising where you don't seek it out, even a hardcore like me who's not checking for ads. I don't know if there's any ads on this or that. I don't pay attention to commercials. I don't follow ads. I still watch as much as TV as I did in the 80s when everybody was complaining that everybody watches too much TV. I still watch a lot of TV and I see ads and stuff, but I don't
focus on gaming so I don't even notice them. Like they may not even exist as far as I'm concerned. But I noticed that when, particularly for the Xbox in this example, when things are doing better and they're more successful, I see more ads. And last generation, I honestly feel like they didn't advertise as much, but I could be flat wrong. That's just my perception of it. And now my perception is now that things have been changing. You know, obviously for the better. I've seen more advertising, and I'm a person who's not checking for advertising, and I hardly even notice it when I see it. But if it's all in my face all the time, like it is now, I feel it's more because they're doing better, they're more successful, they're more in the forefront with it compared to, you know, early last generation, maybe arguably. But I don't even think that's even accurate. But that's more of a question I'm leaving everybody else. I don't have an answer for that. I'm not in marketing. I've worked retail. That's as far as I can say about sales. So,
all right. Steel Rain, did I get to you?
Nah.
Okay,
nah.
yeah, go ahead, bro.
They ain't too much to say. Y'all beat it up and knocked it out, man. I mean, look, like I was saying earlier, I like the marketing that they were doing within that roundtable. Just putting the different characters together, really displaying what is now possible, what has become now of Xbox. There's a lot of opportunity. A lot of us know that Xbox and Microsoft haven't been really doing the greatest when it comes to marketing. I mean, I feel y'all say y'all have seen it in certain places. If it's not on the internet, for me personally, you know what I mean? If it's not between Facebook or Twitter, YouTube, I really don't see the content. But again, like Sick was saying, I'm also always on top of the news too, so it's like I'm looking forward, I'm always in it, so it's gonna be different for me. How everybody else sees it is gonna be one thing, but it's more so the mind share, right? Right now it's still proven that the mind share is swinging towards PlayStation, but with this Bethesda deal, the mind share has kind of made people like, oh, the Bethesda, I remember those games, you know what I mean? So now people have, if they haven't gamed or been away from it for a while, are being like, okay, what's going on? So now we're, you know, along with everybody still being in the house, things are just now starting to. Well, I'm saying just now, but we still got some time. But things are starting to get back to a sense of normalcy. I think we're still about a year off from that, but things are starting to change. And as long as Xbox is consistent in the marketing, as long as Microsoft is consistent in their marketing, and as long as Phil's consistent, man, I think there's a lot of great things that's going to happen, man. And that's pretty much it on that.
All right. Great point.
Really?
I Lemon, you the last one. But I do want to say this though before you get started is that, listen, I feel that the reason why Sony is the market leader is because of their advertising on television. I think, and you know, I don't see a lot of Sony marketing on the internet. I see it more on television and in other places, other instances.
I do too.
That to me is like, look, I know that, you know, that's why I was saying to PK, like, I get the analytics side of it, and I understand that, yes, you know, and there was somebody in the chat that was saying, yeah, the kids mostly are on YouTube now, and you're absolutely right. But the thing of it is that the parents are the ones that's buying these consoles, not the kids. And so if you got somebody like me who does, and I know that there's tons of parents out there that watches Adult Swim, that watches sports, that watches certain events on television or really big shows, you know, like let's say for instance my wife watches The Bachelor. I don't give two shits about that. But you throw an Xbox commercial out there, and you throw that $3.99, they know what a console is. They've heard of Xbox. If they don't,
$2.99. $2.99.
Sorry, I said $3.99. Yeah, $2.99. And you do that. That might not stick the first time, but if you show that a couple of more times, that's gonna resonate, especially when it comes to the holidays, when they're about to get their kids something, or you know, the stimmies coming, or whatever the case may be. a birthday's coming up, whatever. And those things to me is still important. Sony has always been really good at doing their advertisement on television. And even like when I'm watching college football, I'm like, how is this even right? They're a Japanese company and they're promoting American football and not American college football, but not Xbox. They're doing the NFL, but they don't even really talk about Xbox too much. They're talking about the Surface, the Surface. So that's the thing to me is where I have my reserve, and I wish that Microsoft would do that. But I understand about the whole money situation and things like that. Lemon, what do you think? How do you feel about what me and PK and everybody else has been saying?
All right, first of all, what's the biggest watch platform in the world?
Probably the internet.
No, not the internet. It's YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They do enough on YouTube. What they need it's not about them spending the money. It's about those commercials like we saw with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
That was exciting to see.
Yes.
They need to have more creativity with the commercials. New York, right? We're the biggest city in the United States, right? Most populated. When Gears of War 4 was out, they had 4 huge billboards. Three was stationary, and 2 was stationary and 2 was digital, showing gameplay. We talking about the biggest city in the United States, biggest area where everybody goes, tourists and the natives. You understand what I'm saying? Same thing for Gears 5. I think they need those commercials like the Winter Soldier. They need those special guests. I can't think of this guy's name that starred in Black Panther.
Chadwick Boseman.
No, not Chadwick. The dude, his best friend, when he did the Xbox commercial and nobody even noticed he had them headphones on.
Oh.
I can't think of that. He got
Get Out.
Get Out.
Yes, he has an African name. I seen dudes complain about the commercial he was in, like flying through, and then Master Chief pops up at the end. I'm like, this is the advertisement you want. Them promoting, they got a movie star, they got Master Chief, overlooking the whole world. I mean, what do you want from them? Can they have more of that? Especially, like I said, the recent one with the Falcon. I thought that was awesome. They need more intuitive commercials, because they're advertising every single day on the biggest platform that people watch constantly is YouTube. Super Bowl ads, when you get a Super Bowl ad, to do a Super Bowl commercial is $20 million just to start for 30 seconds. They've had them there. Maybe they could step it up a little bit in other places, but they're putting their advertisement exactly where it needs to be, where most of the eyes are at, because you don't get bigger than YouTube. When I'm watching Hulu, I see, like, I don't have the Hulu straight out edition. I got the combination Disney, Hulu, and ESPN. It's $12.99. And Hulu commercials, I see Xbox commercials all the time. I done seen them damn headsets talked about every damn day I watch Hulu. So you can't, if you're not in a different demographic of what you're watching, you can't say they're not doing a job. Just say the platforms that you're watching, you maybe think they need to be more, but they're putting their commercials where they need to be. And yes, I think they need better commercials, and keep it coming. Keep those guests coming. Like you said with The Rock back in the days, he was doing Xbox commercials, but he also just did a huge advertisement. They gave him a custom Series X. Did anybody see that? No. And he's all over the United States with.
I haven't seen it. No, I
yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. And that you know where that plays at? What? Instagram.
See?
Another giant social media outlet. They gave him, and he has a commercial talking about his history with Xbox. He had his little The Rock Johnson, the horn character. That's all on Instagram. So you can't say because you don't see it that they're not doing it, because they are doing it. Okay. It's just the platforms that you watch.
Okay. Facts.
There's no commercials on Netflix. There's nothing advertised on Netflix.
I gotta say, I don't have Disney Plus or Hulu, so I wouldn't have seen those anyway. Yeah.
Right. So I'm saying we can't sit here and just keep banging on them and say, oh, they're not doing this. When if you're not in that ecosystem, but those people that are, they see it. I don't watch Facebook gaming. That's not something I do. So I can't say that. I can't say I see commercials. But is Facebook really a commercial action driven platform? No, it's not. You see still images of a camera, or you see a shout out to my favorite store, B&H. You see an advertisement for them, but it's not in motion. They show you a couple cameras, shop now. You know what I'm saying? So we can't say Facebook they need to be hitting because there's no commercials on Facebook. The biggest place with commercials at is YouTube and Hulu. If you don't spend just for Hulu straight out, there's no commercials on Disney. They could hit ESPN up, but they do hit the major events. The Super Bowl thing that's big for everybody. It's not just Microsoft. A preview to a movie, Kong versus Godzilla. Where was it shown at? The Super Bowl.
Right. But so why are you making this point? Like, okay, so this is
no, but I'm saying we can't say that what they're not doing.
I don't think anybody said that they're not advertising. I said that other places where they should, or because.
But that's my point. If you're not in the ecosystem, you can't say they're not doing it.
Right, and then that was another point that I wanted to make too. With that was that once we get back to the theaters, that's another place where they could come, because you know what, Sony was definitely hitting them theaters up. Because I was like, I was sitting there when I forgot what the last movie we seen was. It in
the theaters are open in New York now. It was when I went to B&H, it was open.
I can't remember what the last movie we seen, but I remember that damn ad for PlayStation right off the bat. Like, I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
That's there's still places to go and to do these things where there's outside of the internet. That's my point. But go ahead, we can finish up.
Yeah, but I've seen Gears 5 when Gears 5 in a movie theater when I went to AMC. I've seen it there. You know what I'm saying? But they can do better. I just want the commercials to be more intuitive, more like they used to be. Like that Falcon. Mm-hmm. That was awesome. We all was like stoked. And that series starts next week. And they got a lot of momentum behind that series. So that's a big Marvel Disney thing. And it was good to see them take that. You know what I'm saying? So, I think they're in the right direction.
Oh, no, they're going in the right direction for sure. But I just wanted to get that perspective. I knew that not everybody was going to agree with my stance on it, and I knew that there was going to be something about. I didn't put it into perspective about the analytics, but I did know that there would be something about the internet that would be brought up. So I totally. I thought this was a fantastic last discussion. Lou, what's happening with you, bro? He said KMEGA needs to do a Street Fighter V tournament. Wait, never mind. No one can beat KMEGA's best gameplay videos, best Street Fighter V player. Woo!
Is that KMEGA in the chat doing his own?
Yeah.
Because his gameplay is trash. I don't know who over here capping for him.
I ain't seen nobody's gameplay.
It might be the devil himself with his 666 donation every damn time.
Hey, Lou, that's my boy right there. Thank you, Lou. And you know what I'm saying? If you want to show that your gameplay is there, you know what I'm saying? As Lemon would say, you know what I'm saying? Bring your game, not your name. Send me that gameplay, gentlemen. That's all I need. Let the people see. Let the people see. People watch the show.
Yeah, well, actually, Reed said super chat would help.
Yeah. So what did you say? Who said that?
You mentioned the super chat, but you didn't actually read it.
What do you mean I didn't read it?
He did. He just read it. He just read it.
What are you talking about, Sick?
I don't know. Your audio was clipping for me a couple times, so maybe I didn't hear it.
Okay.
Get those bottles ready for tomorrow. We popping bottles tomorrow. Let's go.
Oh boy.
And 100 is gonna be on. So stay tuned.
Oh boy.
So,
I have my finger right.
Y'all enjoy that. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get out of here, man. It was a great show. I will definitely I'll put the podcast up on the community center. PK, did you do a video recently?
Yes, he did.
Because I didn't see it. I thought I seen it, but I was like, did I see it? You know how like when you click on something and then it flips you back up to the top, and then I tried to find it and I couldn't find it, so I was like, oh shit. Well, I don't
I'll
know. I
send you the
probably
link.
all right, yeah, send me the link. I'll put it in the community center. But anyway, all right, so let's go to that guest, man, Mitchie and Rain G4, man. Thank you guys so much for stopping by yet again. Y'all did so fantastic, man. Y'all made the show. Y'all made the show. Other than uh, Lou with his fantastic
Fandom.
Oh my God, stop it. Anyway, uh, so Mitchie, where can
do it? Nobody can.
Yeah.
Get your ass out of here.
Woo, I feel good about that. Hey, hold on, let me hit this. Oh man, where is it at? Oh my
Yo,
God.
watch your back. Somebody coming for your title.
Anyway, so all right, so Mitchie, where can they find you at? Thanks for coming on yet again.
On Xbox, they can find me at Mitchie1971, and then on Twitter, it's at Mitchie71.
Veteran, a root gamer right there. You know what I'm saying? So that's fantastic. That is fantastic. Rain G4, where can they find you at, brother?
They can find me, Rain G4, on Twitter and IG. That's it.
Yep, you can find them in the chat, lighting people up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what my boy do.
Mjolnir.
It's me. All right, man. All right, man. 108 Dragons, birthday boy. What's happening, man? Where can they find you at, man?
Every Friday, GRG. You can find me in my podcast tomorrow, 7:00. We having a big birthday bash, special guest 100. We'll be popping bottles, balloons, and everything else under the sun and talking gaming, baby. With my two co-hosts that's in here, aka I'm Gonna Hack Your Computer, Six Slayer, and the politically correct PK Kizzle. Let's go.
All right. And then our boy Still Rain. You know what I'm saying? If you like it, I love it. That Mr. If you like it, I love it. What's happening?
If you like it, I love it, right? Y'all been feeling that. I've been peeping that.
That's special right there. I like that.
Facts. Well, look, man. Again, I just appreciate you for allowing the Rain to be in the kingdom of the KMEGA, you know what I mean? And appreciate hanging out with y'all, hanging out with PK, hanging out with 108. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday to the young god again.
Appreciate you.
So always big ups to Sig. Every time we have an interaction, it's always big ups. Yo, man, we had a great night tonight. The guests, y'all had some fantastic points. Hey man, I feel like we ended the week hard on these topics, man. I know some people might go into the weekend carrying this on and whatnot, but it's been an exciting news week again. Let's see what happens going into these next couple weeks, man. And other than that, y'all keep it live, raw and uncut. Let's get it.
All right, no doubt. PK Live, where can they find you at, brother?
On the Switch.
Maybe so. Ain't never wrote that.
So you can find me on Xbox teaching Mr. 108 how to play some Gears, and maybe KMEGA how to play Smash at some point.
Hey man,
every
Outriders.
let's not do that.
That boy talking about that trash and don't know how to play Outriders.
Outriders ain't nothing but Mass Effect, okay? My
you don't know how to
7-year-old
play
can
Mass
play
Effect?
Outriders. You don't need to be taught how to play
so
that.
he don't know how to play. So Outriders. So his Outrider game is.
I started.
Anyway, go ahead, PK. Go ahead.
You can catch me here every Friday. Definitely on the GRG. Doing the Dragon's Den tomorrow. Also on Four Guys with Quarters, we're interviewing Emily Wu. I don't know if you guys know, but she does the voice for Pan Am on Cyberpunk.
That's Pan Am.
So we doing it big, and next week on Thursday, we getting Mr. 117 himself. I know you Halo fans out there know him as Master Chief. We're gonna get him on, and we're gonna talk some Halo.
Xbox gonna ask him a question about Locke, and I can't wait to hear his answer about it. Let's go.
He gonna tell him that he stomped Locke in the face and he ain't coming back.
Shut your
But I'm
mouth.
just
This
saying.
is thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This was PK's last show at GRG. I don't know what happened.
Don't matter.
I don't think
Not when it
I
comes to
think
Chief.
PK's mouth got sewn up. So if you see
Locke's life don't matter.
All I gotta say, if you know about John 117's past, Locke's not seeing John, brother.
Yeah, man, hold on, but let's make this clear. If something happens to PK where nobody don't see him for the next 2 weeks, just don't look this way.
Hey,
Anyway,
you
go
know,
ahead.
all I gotta say is I got friends in Mr. 117 high places, so I ain't worried. You know what I'm saying? If he can deal with a Locke, what makes he think he can't deal with the rest of the bums? It won't be nothing.
Okay, all right, we got some. Shit. You know what?
But yeah, so definitely hanging with my brothers for sure, and we're definitely you can see me on Twitter at PKX Live, and definitely putting out new content. So come check me out. I'm trying to press to get myself back in the groove.
No doubt. All right, good deal. I'm glad you're making the videos and doing that stuff, man. Really good.
And you can
back.
find him in Switch Forza.
Oof. Yeah. Okay.
On that XCloud app.
The Mario Kart edition.
Oof. All right, man. All right, so
he don't want to customize cars. He just want to change the wheels.
Oh my God! They throw bananas at you. Anyway, so let's get it. Boom. Okay, let's stop it. All right, man. Let's get to it. Oh my goodness. Slayer, where can they find you at, brother?
Bro, you can find me every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern God's time, GRG. And of course, brother, 108, happy birthday again, brother.
Thank you, sir.
So tomorrow night, pandemonium, excitement, and all of that. Dragon's Den podcast, bottles popping, all types of inappropriateness.
Hey, when you said I do need that, but like when you said 100 was gonna be on there, I was like,
oh yeah, so you already know it's about to be.
You know he want to talk about this Bethesda thing forever. So
I want to hear it too.
Man.
I'm just gonna let him go for like 20 minutes.
Man, like I
saved some of the messiness. I try to be factual.
No cursing. No cursing.
These mother suckers, these mother effers. That's how he's gonna start off. That's how he's gonna start off, right? He's gonna start right. But then the longer you get in there, the more, and I just can't wait to see the expressions because as me, you can't see my facial expressions like when 100 was on here, right? And then or Livewire, and then all of a sudden when 100 gets started. Or with somebody, or a guest, or somebody got started, then it just gave the green light for live, or it gave the gave the light for green for 100. So one of y'all's going, and so I can't wait to see.
Oh yeah,
108 drag.
Right. So if you want to catch all of that,
facial expressions, bro.
Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. 108 Dragons TV right here on YouTube and on Twitch. Correct.
Everything.
So come check us out. It's gonna be good times.
It's gonna be
you can check me out on Twitter and everywhere great games are played. You already know the name.
Hey man, I'm telling you right now, man, you better hit that you better maybe not hit that monetize button on that one.
I'm gonna make Chick a moderator right before we start.
Boy.
Because I gotta work the next day. I'll be the only responsible one.
Hey, YouTube gonna be saying, when the first bad thing come out, when you try to get that ad revenue, if YouTube's gonna say,
KMEGA, you feeling shit. Hey,
they gonna be like, man,
you are full of shit. So that's what's going. That's what's going to happen.
I just want to say, 100's coming here to represent. These
boy, I can't wait for tomorrow.
Oh my God, you're gonna be stupid, man.
Come check us out.
Let me go hit that pause button. Hey man, we'll be right back. Everybody, have a good night, man. We about to get the hell out of here. Hey man, we're close. I hope everybody's getting there. Please go get your shot. I got my shot. I got my pandemic shot.
Me too.
Good job.
I can't wait to get mine.
What did you get? What'd you get, Mitchie?
I got Pfizer.
Yep, me too. I got the Pfizer. And I got to go back to get my second. My mom got the Madura because she was acting weird. Like, see, you got that good one. Yeah, I don't want that Johnson & Johnson. I'm like, Mama, why you tripping? You just
my sister got the Johnson & Johnson today.
Yeah, like,
and she's a nurse, bad with needles. That was a scary thing.
Come on, man. Man, listen. Do you want to be shaking and baking and doing the hammer pants in a hospital bed, or you know what I'm saying, or do you want to be out here? You know what I'm saying? So stop with bacon. Stop being silly with the listening to this. Listen, these people used to tell you that.
Pookie.
Right. Bro. Hey, people used to say, people was telling you when this pandemic came out that it was coming from 5G towers. We ain't even got true 5G yet, man. Please stop listening to these fools on the internet and go save yourself, man. So we can get back to when I can say my ultimate line, which is the pants off, dance off. We ain't ready. We ain't there yet. So
you're one shot away.
One shot away.
One shot away, yes. One shot away.
Well, see, look, Minchie's like, shit, I'm ready to get that pants off, dance off out there. I'm ready to get it. So I'm like,
I don't know about the whole pants off thing.
We're about to get out of here. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Everybody have a good night, man.
Peace.
Oh, snap.
Hey, thanks for checking out the GRG podcast. All your gaming news and our special topic of the week. Make sure to join us every Friday night, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, and 6:30 Pacific. This was the GRG podcast.